and your plans are glorious.
We actually already figured out where you are and what you're doing because I rolled like a perfect perception.
I saw that much. I don't know what you heard.
A lot.
I wasn't saying a lot.
I already know what you're doing.
Do you know why she's doing it? Very excited, very happy about this. One moment.
Welcome everybody to Totally Online Gaming Group's D&D 5th Edition campaign, The Blackest Heart. We're glad you guys could join us this evening, and we hope you stick around and have some fun with us in the chat and enjoy what we're doing here. Campaign, The Blackest Heart. We're glad you guys. So, stupid phone. All right. So we hope you enjoy and are watching. I love that little echo there from that. We do have some announcements today, and they are some very interesting announcements, if I do say so for myself. However, first off, as always, give a shout out to our sponsor, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. You can go to their website at www.criticalhitgamingsupplies.com, and it's all one word, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. And go ahead and put that out there so that everyone sees. There's a link in the chat for it, so you guys can go check it out. They've got dice bags, dice trays. You can, got several different logos you can choose from to put on there. They've got some really amazing dice sets to choose from. You got to take a look at some of those. My players all have one of these dice sets, and they're pretty good. You can ask them. I'm pretty sure they're going to tell you that they love them. Additionally, they also have a very awesome selection of miniatures. And if you go on there and you look at their miniatures and say, you know what, they don't have exactly what I want, go onto their website, I can't remember off the top of my head exactly where it is. Our normal critical hit gaming supply announcer is unfortunately not going to be here for this game tonight. He knows exactly where it is on their website, but there is a contact connection link on that page. You can contact them and ask about a specific mini because there just isn't enough memory for them to be able to put all of the minis that they actually can do for you on their website. So you can ask about something and they probably have it, even if it's not showing up on the website. So go give them a look. Next, as always, I want to give a shout out to Team Spock, the Spock Nation. Spock is a wonderful streamer. If it wasn't for him and the wonderful people I've met there, we wouldn't have been able to connect with all the viewers and the followers that we have now, and we're very thankful for them. If you like watching people playing different games, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Overwatch, pretty much any game that people stream, if you're looking for some really entertaining streamers that pretty much nobody else knows about because they're all small streamers, go over to the Spock Nation, go watch Spock's channel, and you will see a whole bunch of really cool small streamers. You'll be able to interact with them, meet some really cool people, and find people that are streaming the games you like to watch. So go give them a look. Also a shout out to the Aaron Discord server, spelled ARRYN. A ton of people that are passionate about D&D and role-playing games. They've got sections on there for looking for groups so you can play games like Play by Post or meet up with people on Discord to play over Discord. So you can find some great groups there. Or if you just like hashing out, hey, how do, I've got this great build idea for a character, or I'm curious about this rule, it's always bugged me, or whatever. Tons of people on there that are really good at digging into those topics, and you're going to meet a lot of great people there. So go ahead and give them a look as well. Now, some very important announcements. First off, one that we've been mentioning for a while, our giveaways. The giveaways are soon approaching. Very soon approaching. I've gotten word from the supplier that the bags will be shipping out most likely of the middle of next week, if not, the latest, probably the end of next week, and therefore should be here within a week from that. So only about another week and a half or so at most, and we should get those bags. Once we receive those bags, then on that very next stream, we will start having our giveaways. Now, as part of that, as I mentioned before, we will be doing 4 weeks straight of giveaways. In the first 3 weeks, there will be one giveaway a night. And that will be this really nice set of metal dice that Ken has some of the TOGG colors in it, as well as a Totally Online Gaming Group dice bag with our TOGG logo on it. The last week, the 4th week, there will be 2 giveaways. The first will be that same set. The second will be a combination of several things. One of them is going to be the dice, and then the dice bag. Another, however, is going to be the one-shot that we ran last week, which is now currently on DriveThruRPG and is available for you to purchase there. However, in that second giveaway, you will also get that for free. There's also a couple other things that I don't want to spoil the surprise on for that giveaway, but let's just say it's definitely a really good giveaway. Now, here's the catch. That second giveaway is going to be for subscribers only. So, over the next, 5-6 weeks at most, you should go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel, because that'll get you in line for that second giveaway where there's going to be some really good prizes. And once we start the giveaways, I will let the cat out of the bag and let you know what all the prizes are going to be. Now, to make sure that there's enough people in the giveaway that there's actually a little bit of a challenge to it, and it doesn't go to like 1 or 2 people at most, starting next week, you will notice in the chat down at the bottom where you have TOGG points. Starting next week, there will be a new choice that you can use those TOGG points for. Okay? that new choice will allow you to spend a certain number of TOGG points in order to basically get a gifted sub. And that gifted sub lasts 1 month. Well, the trick and the key of it is that there will only be a couple of those gifted subs given out each week. And the people with the top points for, who've spent that gifted sub thing, the either first or the most will get it. So by watching the stream you can earn points, by participating in chat you can earn points, and as an added bonus, for every 100 cheer bits that you give to the channel, you will earn 250 points. So I double check that. It might actually be 500, but I have to double check it. So either way, you're going, using cheer bits, chatting in the chat, following, subscribing, whatever, you're gonna earn points doing those things, and this will be an opportunity for you to get a gifted tier 1 sub, which will put you in the running for that last giveaway with the prizes that are going to be in that. So consider subscribing, or plan on trying to participate and gain some points, so maybe you can win that gifted sub along the way and then get in that giveaway. So that's that. We have 2 other very big announcements. Next week, we will actually be playing our game in Tailspire. Okay, this is the Tailspire beta. If you don't know what Tailspire is, type in Tailspire, Talespire, in Google and look for their website, go to it, and start watching some videos. In fact, if you want, you can even go over to our YouTube channel, which I just put the link in the chat for everyone. That YouTube channel, if you go over there, I have actually done 5 episodes now of tips and tricks dealing with the Tailspire beta that you can watch and learn how to use Tailspire a little bit and how to go about using it. Now, if you're not in the beta, you're going to have to wait for early access to get it, but at least you can see what it's like and that it's there, and next week you'll actually get to see it in action in our game. Not only will we be playing Tailspire in our next, using that in our next game, we will have a special guest. Any of you that are fans of Paradise RPG on Twitch, they are a really entertaining group. They've got 3 days a week that they stream. They have on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's their regular Advantage in Paradise. That is their game session that they do. On Tuesdays, right around 5 p.m., that is Tuesdays with Tim, I believe it is called. Something like that. And that's where he plays some games, and you can watch there. And then on Sundays is the Tim and Shannon Power Hour at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to go ahead and drop their link here in the chat, so you guys can go check out their stuff. Well, one of their players is actually going to be a guest in our game next week. So there's a lot of stuff going on. All right, so that's been quite an info dump. Does anyone else have anything to announce or anything they need to say? Okay. Well, since there is nothing else at this point in time, then without further ado, I bring you The Blackest Heart. Okay, and we are back. So, where we left off last time, the party had spent the day doing a little bit of recon on the Redstone Manor where they are planning to attend the masquerade ball the next night so that they can attempt to find and steal the knucklebones of Saint Aurelius. While most of the party was off doing that, two of the party members were elsewhere. Rhea was out and about in the city, handling some business for her patron. And Galdur was busy guarding the ship, the Harbinger, which he had arrived at in the port of Oceanica, along with Captain Jackson Eagle. As the day waned on after their little scouting mission at Redstone Manor, Jacob, Diana, and Oak ended up stopping for a bite to eat, where Oak ended up losing, I believe it was like 400 something gold.
244.
Oh, 244. Okay.
Yes.
That's right.
Not that much.
244 gold playing poker with Jacob's familiar, who was currently in the form of a spider. At that same time, Diana managed to get her hands on some whiskey, which she didn't realize at the time was Orcish whiskey, and got very, very drunk, very, very quick, and is, even though it was day drinking, is still suffering from the last twinges of a hangover the very next morning. While all that was going on, Jacob was having a very serious, heartfelt discussion with Sacris, the dragonborn cleric and member of the Frostbreakers, who he met at the Frostbreakers' rooms in the inn and tavern that the party went to for their food and drink. Returning back home, or should I say back to their home away from home for the time being, the apple cart, the party eventually went to sleep for the evening, waking up on this morning now, where Oak and Rhea woke up in their rooms. Oak immediately went to go check on Jacob and Diana, and found Jacob needing some assistance with some fitting and sewing of his outfit for the evening, for when they would go to the masquerade ball. And Diana, kind of in and out of it a little bit, as stated before, still suffering a little bit from her hangover, but slowly coming around. At that point, there was a knock upon the door, and when they opened the door, they found Galdur standing there, and he says, "Hi, guys."
Um.
That's where we left off.
I understand that. I'm trying to figure out what Oak would do. What I would do.
I feel like Diana would just kind of look at him and go, "So does this mean you're no longer a seahorse?"
He kind of smiles a little bit and actually chuckles at that one. And he looks at you and says, "Do you mind if I come in? I've got a lot to talk about."
Sure.
Oh, dude, you don't know the half of it.
So he comes into the room and he says, "Where's Rhea? She should hear
I'll
all
go
this.
get her.
She should hear all this too."
Rhea's
get her.
probably off somewhere doing more of her trying to convince people to praise her deity thing.
I think I just saw her in our room, so I'll go grab her.
Okay. So he He kind of finds a spot in the room and sits himself down and says, "Okay, um, well, I'll wait for Rhea to arrive." Which, eventually, Oak, both you and Rhea come back over into Diana and Jacob's room, and that's when you first see Galdur is there, Rhea, and he says, "Hi, Rhea."
Thought you left.
Um, well, I just needed some time, but I've got a lot of things I need to talk about with you guys.
Is it how Jackson Eagle is working for like one of the richest families in the city? Because we know that already.
And
have
the
no
same
idea.
part that he's helping the person we actually have to go steal from?
That I didn't know at all, actually. Um, obviously, you guys have a lot to fill me in on as well.
Yep. We've also got plans tonight that we now have to
How
figure
well
out
do
how
you
to
handle
include
masquerade
in.
balls?
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that again, Oak. I couldn't hear you.
And now we have to. We've got plans tonight, and now we have to figure out how to include you.
Hmm. And what was that you were saying, Diana?
How well do you handle masquerade balls?
Well, I guess I could manage that. I mean,
It's not
I
an
can
actual ball.
I can transform.
Okay, can you transform into something similar to the build and shape of Oak here so you can distract the head of the house?
Yeah.
Because she's taken a liking to him.
Well,
Ah, shit, not again.
I suppose I could.
Yeah.
Oak doesn't do well with flirting.
I don't.
I once
don't
had to
like
pay
flirting.
full price for potions because he couldn't take a hint and go to dinner.
Oh, I knew what was happening, Rhea. But I have
just because
experienced
Oak
that playing dumb works.
Oak just doesn't have things like that, and that's fine. Not everybody can be as sexually and romantically active as myself and Galdur.
Meanwhile, Oak has gone back to just tailoring Jacob's jacket or whatever.
I imagine somehow Rhea found food and is currently eating.
Yeah, there is usually at about this time someone comes by the room and drops off a platter that has some fresh fruits and some breads and things like, some cheeses on it, as well as they take the washing bowl out and bring a new one in with fresh water and some fresh towels. So you're able to find what you need and are enjoying some fruits and bread and cheese if you so desire. And then Galdur looks at all you and says, "Well, if it's okay with you, I would like to go first."
Sure, go ahead, dude.
So he says, "Well, after I left you guys and went back out to sea, I took a short little trip up the coast with Captain Jackson Eagle on the Harbinger. And while we were out there, apparently his, this whole little trip, the short, just jaunt up the coast, was to stop at a port and pick up some supplies and bring them back here. Well, you guys were there. You know, on our trip here, we obviously lost quite a few of the crew members. So he had picked up some new ones before we left on this short trip.
Were they shady pirates?
Well,
What pirates aren't shady?
He looks
Well,
at you.
I mean, like, did they double cross him? it turned out to be shady pirates.
He looks at you, Diana, when you say that, and he's kind of like, well, yeah, you got a point there. And then he looks at Oak when you say that, and he says, yeah, you kind of got that one dead on. Apparently, one of the items that we picked up was a very valuable item, and on the way back,
What item was it?
it was in a box. Actually, it was.
Before we go any further, didn't we see the Jackson Eagle carrying a box into while we were with the lady in her big spot?
Oak. Smaller words.
No, I'm like outside of the game here. Didn't we see?
He was carrying in a box full of very valuable items that had to be kept in a private room.
Yeah. So, knowing that they've seen that, can Oak piece it together that might have been?
I will say for Oak, I'll actually need an intelligence check.
That's fair.
Can Diana try?
Yeah, all of you can try. Oak, yeah, you actually think, yeah, I know what he's talking about. We saw that. And in fact, Diana, Rhea, and Jacob, they don't even have to roll. They were able to piece it together.
Aww.
That's good, because I rolled 20, said go fuck yourself.
Wait, would Rhea know? Because I don't think she's.
Oh
no, Rhea, you weren't there. You weren't there, so you don't know. You're right.
Yeah, I was like, box. What box?
Well, he also then describes this box, and it is a perfect matching description. And he says, well, there was at one point that the captain even had me guarding it because he wasn't too sure about the looks that he was getting from the 3 new crew members. And so he asked me to kind of to hide it and keep it safe.
Oak is gonna just bat on Jacob's arm, like when you suddenly just got that idea or something in your head, you're just like, oh, I know what this is, and then he's gonna say, it was the same box he was delivering to Lady Redstone.
The fact that you remembered that is kind of impressive.
You know what? I remember a lot of stuff, Diana. You just don't give me enough credit.
You never give me chances to?
Okay, that's fair.
Just a quiet, okay, that's fair. Okay, thank you. Now I can.
Okay. Yeah.
I was trying to click it earlier to do the intelligence, and I'm like,
it's not working. So, yeah, he says, well, actually, I got to see what was inside. I got to see what was inside because, well, we were attacked by the 3 new crew members. 2 of them were friggin' huge. I mean, for humans, they were bigger than me.
Black.
Say that again. You broke up.
Please tell me it wasn't Galdur. Please tell me it wasn't small and black.
Oh no.
Okay.
But the 2 huge humans attacked, and then there was
what was in the box?
seemed their lead. I'll get there. I am telling a tale of my adventures. You should appreciate that.
Diana does not have the patience for this.
You should.
Rhea's gonna mutter under her breath, I wish he would have stayed away.
At this point, Oak has abandoned helping Jacob with making sure his jacket is all nice and fitted and such, and is sitting in front of Galdur like a small child, listening to a story.
Oak, can you not multitask?
No, I can, but I'd rather listen to the story right now because it's interesting, and you people seem to not care about it.
We're also on a time crunch.
Yeah, but it's not like we'll be leaving in the next 5 minutes to go to this goddamn party.
Yes, but alterations are in a short process.
So he looks at you all. There's a moment. There's a moment of silence, and then he continues. He says, "So the two large ones attacked, and their normal size companion, who seemed to be the leader, he actually I almost died. I woke up and this man was standing over me with a knife, about to bring it down upon my throat.
Did you die?
No, I
Obviously,
survived.
he didn't die, Oak.
I survived. But we managed to defeat them. But then the captain uh, took the box from me, which they actually almost got from us and escaped, but we prevailed. He quickly threw open the lid, pulled out this just gorgeous gold and precious stones pendant. I mean, that I don't know much about that kind of jewelry, but it looked quite heavy, quite a lot of gold and precious stones in it. So I assume it was fairly expensive. He then threw that
What did it?
overboard and pulled out a false bottom out of that box. And
Okay.
there was this stone tablet in there with this really weird writing on it. I don't even know what language it was.
Field day with that.
Oh, Jacob, we have a new tablet we need to find.
What? What? Galdur, do you mind explaining a little more about that tablet to me? At which point, Galdur spends about the next 5 minutes as they nerd out over this tablet.
Yeah, Diana's just gonna sit there going, well, while Jacob's getting his metaphorical dick sucked, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. How do we include Galdur in the plan now, though?
He disguises himself as a race similar to you and distracts Lady Redstone.
Okay.
Rhea
That
starts
or
counting her gold.
seduces her and convinces her to just give us the knuckles.
All right, say that again, Rhea.
Okay.
I didn't quite hear you.
Rhea starts counting her gold, like on
Okay.
the floor.
Okay. All right, and after you're kind of discussing back and forth a little bit between Oak and Diana, and Rhea's there counting, eventually the conversation between Jacob and Galdur finishes, and Galdur turns back and says, I do have more, and I don't know how important this information could be, but it may be very important. I don't know for sure.
Oh, wait, quick question. I forgot. Galdur wasn't around, so does Galdur know and or remember what Phineas said about Diana?
Well, he wasn't around, I don't think, at that time.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I don't think he was there when that was said.
Nope,
Okay.
he wasn't there.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay. So,
Because Diana's trying to think of if she can somehow manage to still keep that from Galdur. Especially after he kind of tricked them into contracts already once.
well, I don't know. You'll have to figure that out. But then Galdur continues, and he says, "Well, after all of that, we eventually arrived back at the port here, and when we got back, we had to unload all of the crates and the barrels and the boxes and the sacks and stuff from the ship, and then load up more cargo to the ship. And while that was going on, I basically was given the job of supervising that, and the captain said he would be back later that evening, and he took off with the box. Later, I actually found a note in my room from the captain, and he kind of gave me some more tasks to do. And once I finished with all those, I went and had some dinner. Actually, quite lovely dinner. I've learned that there is this
Galdur, get to
little
the point.
bar that actually has the most amazing and freshest fish that in the area. And I
Galdur.
actually
Wait,
met
you're a
I met a young.
centaur. Does that mean you're a herbivore or a carnivore or
Enough
an
about the
omnivore?
food. Can we get back to the main topic?
Oh, we
No,
we
this
we
is
are.
important.
We are. I actually
Then
met
get
the
to
most
the
interesting
point.
fellow. I am. I met the most interesting little fellow. He was an older gentleman, a gnome, uh, and apparently he goes to that bar at least once a week because of the great fish. He said his name was Rupert and is a very nice
Diana's about to
gnome.
get up and leave.
But after that, I headed back to the ship where the captain had returned. He handed me this, and he holds out a sack, which is obviously fairly heavy with gold. And he says, and then he told me he's retiring and that he's giving me the ship.
Cool.
Oh man, you have a ship now. Does that mean you gotta use it all the time? Because I'm not going back on that boat, man.
No, we don't have to use it all the time, but apparently he said I can do with it what I wish. And then he also mentioned that he had seen you all at the Redstone Manor and that perhaps it was my time to rejoin my companions.
Yeah, because he sold the box with the tablet to Lady Redstone.
Really?
And it was a lot.
Yes. Well, he holds up the sack and he says, "Well, I did count it out, and there's 300 gold in here."
Oh, that's not bad.
And he
Oh,
said,
hey, I lost that much to Harim yesterday.
"Oh,
You lost half that to Rim yesterday.
I remember there being a 2 and then several 4s in the number. So
Oak, no.
I think I'm closer.
Nope.
well, please, if you
Seeing as
would."
I keep track of Jacob's finances and how much is in his gold pouch, no, it wasn't.
I forgot to do this.
Gaming, yeah,
There we
it was
go.
not half as much. I lost 244 gold. Okay, I know how much I lost.
See, he then looks over at you, Diana, and then at Oak and Rhea and Jacob, and says, "Well, please, fill me in. What is going on now? I mean, I'm back and I want to help."
Jacob and I are going into the Redstone Manor to mingle with the guests and try to play nobility. Rhea and Oak are going to be sneaking into the back to steal the knuckle bones from the manor in a room we think it's in because we don't actually know for sure. And the tablet your old boss had was sold to her as well. She has a thing for Oak, and I'm kind of hoping you can help us out by shifting into a beast race and just seducing the dress off of her, like you do with literally every other race in existence.
I am good at that.
And if you could possibly seduce her and give her enough incentive to just give you the knuckle bones instead of having us to steal it.
Well, I mean, I can try.
Galdur, it's not worth it. She's like the literal worst of the human beings. I hate them. I hate her.
Okay.
The worst. I put handprints on all of the glass.
She's superficial, and all she cares about is her own wealth. However, she also has a taste for the quote-unquote finer and exotic things. I had a listen to the woman travel on for an hour and a half.
Well, I guess we should figure out a plan of how I can best help. I mean, we can discuss it more.
I mean, if we have extra invitations, we can just put Oak's name on there and have you go in.
Okay, that can work. But could we perhaps get some breakfast? I am starving.
And Diana's just gonna kind of wave them off and go back to like slightly fiddling with the dress because she had to get fully dressed because she thought they were just gonna go leave.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy to get all the corsets and the strings and the buttons.
All right.
Not to mention, Oak probably did another really nice knot.
So
Yes.
she's having to like shimmy it and make sure she's not suffocating to death, and fiddling with the crest Oak put on there and everything else, and just kind of like awkwardly waving them off.
Okay. You hear a knock at the door.
Oh my god, now what?
Who is it?
You say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Please, can you let me in? It's urgent.
Diana will go open the door.
You open the door and you see a very bedraggled, puffy-eyed, with tears streaming down his face, Phineas, holding a piece of paper and a small cloth sack in his hand. And he looks up at you, and more tears coming down his eyes, barely able to choke back, those tears, and his voice kind of breaking, says, "They've taken Uncle Rupert. Please, I don't know who else to turn to. I need help." And it's just tears in his eyes. He's just rubbing his eyes. And
pause and kind of like lightly pat his head and go, "Please tell me Uncle Rupert isn't a gnome."
yes, he's. And
She's gonna instantly turn and just point at Galdur and go, "Every time you're here, it's always the fucking fey creatures."
Well, Jacob turns to you and goes, "Actually, Oak and I met Uncle Rupert at the library. He was the one who directed us to the books that I've been studying."
You mean the book
He's,
is
he's,
You read
he's,
a nice book
he's actually
that led to a panic attack.
a very nice young man. Or, well, old man. Well, middle-aged. I'm not too up on the ages of gnomes.
Diana will turn back to Phineas and crouch down to his height and be like, "Tell me from the beginning what's going on."
He rubs his eyes again, sniffles a bit, and then he just hands you a note. And the note says, "Let's meet. Shall we say your favorite little hideaway spot? 1 hour. Being late would be very unfortunate for someone dear." And then he holds out his hand, kind of trembling, this little pouch. Opens it up and tilts it towards you. You see inside what looks to be a gnome-sized finger with a ring on it.
Oh no!
And Phineas says, "It's Uncle Rupert's."
Phineas? Who do you know who took
Piss
the
off,
book?
man.
He rubs his eyes again, and he comes in and he kind of plops down on the bed, and he says, "It's all my fault. I'd been offered several times, actually, to join them. They kind of run the city, but I prefer to do things all by myself. And, well, they kind of got sick of me turning them down and doing my business on their turf. I mean, they they tried to corner me several times, but can't catch me. Too quick. But
You're also tiny, so that helps.
yeah,
Diana will go over to him and crouch down in front of him again and just like gently hold his tiny little hands because he's small.
Mhm.
And be like, "We need a name, Phineas."
Okay, say that again. You kind of broke up at the last part.
Oh, "We need a name, Phineas."
I don't have a name. It's the path.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Oh shit! Oh, cracks his knuckles. He cracks his neck, and he's just like, "Point me at him, Phineas. It's your
The
lucky
problem
day.
is
I've got a
Diana doesn't
grudge with the
understand why
pad."
Oak is angry. So she's just gonna turn and look at Oak and go, "What bit at your bark, I guess."
The path is the dipshit organization that the previous party members get separated in, and I kind of blame for their deaths, and I'm going to kill them all. And they've also kidnapped children before, so I'm going to just kill them all. I have declared war, a one-man war, on the ship, on the path, and they shall die.
She's gonna look back at Phineas after that and go, "Okay, so what can you tell us about the path as much as you can, since they've seemed to try to recruit you before?"
Oak is also gonna exit the room. He's gonna like if he is in his good clothes, he's gonna change out and get into his crummy stuff, grab all his weapons, and then he'll enter the other room again.
Okay. So that takes you a few minutes to do that.
Oh yeah.
While you're doing that, Rhea, what are you doing while this conversation is going on?
I'm just thinking.
Okay.
The past. I have reasons for wanting them dead. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just quietly thinking.
And Diana, what do you
She
say?
she doesn't understand what the sudden giant issue with the path is, because that's a Dalian thing, not a Diana thing.
Okay.
So she's gonna be confused, and she's gonna look at Rupert and go, "And they want you to meet tonight?"
You mean Phineas?
Phineas, my bad.
Yes. Not tonight. In maybe 40 more minutes, I'm guessing at most. I know where they'll be. They've obviously been following me. They've found my little spot that I like to go to ditch people. I'm positive that that's where they're at.
Oh, untie the stupid knot. I need to get out of
Can
this
you
dress.
though?
Yes, Oak, you know how to untie your stupid knot. You put that stupid knot there. You know exactly how to do
Yeah, but
it.
can Dalian do it? Or Diana do it?
That's a great question.
That's why she's telling Oak to untie the knots.
Yeah, because Oak isn't back in the room yet. He's still
I thought he already
falling over,
Nope.
trying to put his pants
No,
back on.
he's still changing. So I would say
Diana's gonna be like,
you're gonna have to do an acrobatics check because you're trying to undo a knot that's behind your back, and it was a very secure knot.
You didn't tell him how to tie it.
And she's just like, "I need to get out of this stupid dress."
Okay. So yeah, that is not quite enough to do it. So
And
Phineas
all that she's gonna do,
Phineas
all
goes
she's gonna
goes
do-
like this. I'll help you.
without cutting the dress or the strings.
Yeah. Yes. And then Jacob goes, no, I shall do it. And he walks over to you with Hrim still on his shoulder, goes to the knot, looks at, examines it for a little bit, says, "Well done, Oak." And then he kind of puzzles it out for a bit and says, I think I've got it. You feel a little bit of tugging here and there, and then finally the knot is loosened, and he says, "There you have it."
Well, at least I know, even blind, you can still get my clothes off, which is a benefit.
Oh,
And
yes,
she's
well,
just gonna she's still over.
Oak come in at that exact moment and then just slowly close the door again.
you
As soon as she says that, you can still get my clothes off. I'm just gonna, nope.
And while you're doing that, Rhea, you give me a perception check. Oh, there she is. Okay, it was pretty easy to notice. Jacob's face is like beet red right now. Diana, you didn't notice because you're not facing him still.
And she's gonna go and grab her normal clothing and go to Oak's room
to
go
change.
change.
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh, get this corset off of me!" And that's all they hear before she shuts the door.
And Oak just sighs and she's like, please don't make any innuendos while we're doing this. Please.
I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah, I know, but still, you have there is the threat of innuendos, and I don't want that.
Coming from the one with a horrid cough 24/7.
I'm sorry, that cough has been. I haven't seen a doctor about that cough yet. We don't know what's going on.
Just get the corset off of me.
I may be a hopeless romantic.
We're not talking about romance at the moment. We're talking about you getting my clothes off.
There she goes again. He will help her get the corset off and
Okay.
and the change. But then once it's completely untied and like loose and stuff, he's just out and he's back to the other room.
All right. While you guys are doing that, Phineas comes over to you, Rhea, and he looks at you for a little bit, and then you see him make some hand motions, which you recognize as him basically. He's saying in Thieves' Cant, do you understand what I'm saying?
Vaguely.
So you say that to him out loud. He says, I thought that. You ever run into the path before?
I have reasons to want them dead. As she's
So
stretching.
So you know what we're up against. I really, really could use your help. I mean, it would be key. And retcon, for whatever reason, in my head, I was thinking gnome. Rupert's not a gnome. Rupert's a halfling, just like Phineas.
I was literally about to have Diana come back into the room and go, by the way, how is your uncle a gnome while you're a halfling?
Yeah, no, my brain no worky.
It's funny though.
Brain no worky. But no, Rupert is a halfling as well. So, yeah. But
well,
just remember that. But Phineas looks at Ray and says, "You know, our people need to stick together, and I would really feel better. I mean, the others are great and all, and I like them all, even the big guy, even though he's kind of scary. But I'd feel better having one of my people in my corner on this."
Well, don't worry. Ayer wants them dead, so I will help accomplish that.
Thank you, sister. And he actually kind of goes into to give you a hug as he still has tears coming down in his eyes from this. He's still kind of rubbing his eyes, but he just kind of gives you a respectful but a nice quick hug to say thank you.
Ray is uncomfortable during that.
So once dressed and coming back to the room.
Okay.
he's just gonna look at everybody and go, so we have to figure out how to fight the path, save a halfling from being murdered, make sure he doesn't track the other halflings, get back, get ready, and get to the manor all before sundown.
Well, as far as getting there, that won't be hard. I mean, I can get us there in 15 minutes.
Okay, here's
Let's
another
go.
question.
No time for questions. We must destroy the path.
No.
Hold on. Say that again, Oak.
There's no time for questions. We must destroy the path.
Oh.
Except it's an important question. Can literally anybody else aside from you and Rhea fit to get to where you're meeting?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He looks over at Oak. What are you wearing, Oak? You're wearing your normal clothes?
His normal clothes. So he's got like the vest on with the fur lining and the disintegrating shirt and the slightly less disintegrating pants.
Okay. He looks at Jacob, who had been getting some assistance from Oak in prepping his outfit for the evening, but he has since changed into kind of his normal traveling robes. He looks at Rhea. Rhea, what are you wearing right now?
Her battle dress.
Yeah, Rhea's wearing a battle dress.
Okay, and he looks
And,
at Diana.
and she'll say, this is supposed to be a fancy dress, but what's a battle dress without a few cuts and scrapes against it?
And then he looks at Diana.
Don't stain that. Blood is a nightmare to get out of fabric, okay?
And you're wearing your normal clothes now, Diana. How nice are they?
I can actually send you a picture if you give me a second.
Sure. That would be helpful.
And
I know what Rhea's battle dress looks like. So. Yeah, yours is disintegrating.
Yeah. There are several holes in that shirt. But the vest he wears is like nice and pristine. He keeps that nice and clean. He also has a little wolf tooth necklace.
Oh, very nice.
He always wears that.
Very cool.
He always wears that.
Hang on, I wasn't sure if it was on my computer or my laptop, though. I mean, on my computer or on my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, Oak also has one leather cuff on his arm. His
kind of like
right arm.
Kind of like an arm guard.
Yeah, but not. It has no functional purpose other than to just be on his arm.
Okay.
Very,
and only on
one. Something like that.
Okay. So relatively nice.
I mean, she has to look nice.
Okay.
And it was the only gypsy-esque, bard-esque outfit picture thing I could find that was relatively close to her.
Okay. All right. So.
Can you put it in the Discord so everyone can see?
Yeah. Share and share alike. So while you do that, and you're showing off the outfit, Phineas also looks at Galdur, who is in his normal centaur form and therefore really not wearing any clothes. And he looks at all of you and he looks back specifically at Rhea and Diana and says, you may want to put on stuff that you don't mind getting a bit dirty.
Oh, I have plenty of different types of fabrics that I can just switch out for this. It's fine.
Okay. And he says,
wardrobe change.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, we probably should really get going.
Onwards.
There you go. Now everyone can see it. Well, everyone in the Discord. And for those of you who are watching and actually want to see what it is, you can join our Discord, and I will actually copy that right into the creative zone for the community so that anyone who wants to go in there can take a look at it. You can join our Discord and then jump into there. All right. So, Do you guys head out and follow Phineas at this point in time?
Yes.
Okay.
Onwards.
Diana's gonna just have a subtle reminder of you still haven't told us anything about the path. Per my
The
question.
path is evil, and we must kick them in the crotch.
I get it. I'm asking Phineas.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you on the way.
And so as you start walking, he kind of starts spilling it, but at the same time, he's speaking in a kind of a hushed tone, and he keeps his eyes darting to all corners and any shadows as you are moving. And he's taking you on kind of a very circuitous path through alleyways, between buildings, even where there's not really an alley, but more like just a space to slide between. And he begins to describe to you over the course of about 15 minutes or so as you're making your way towards this location that he says will be where his uncle's being held. That the path is the Thieves Guild. And they are not just a normal Thieves Guild. Most Thieves Guilds, at least the ones that he has known about and heard about or had any dealings with, basically control one portion of a city or at most one whole city. The path seems to be extremely far reaching. They have chapters of their organization in many different cities throughout the land, and even some capital cities like Oceanica, they have pretty much complete control of all of the underworld and crime that is happening in that city. They've got their fingers in everything.
Oh, looks like I gotta go get myself a refund.
Is this the same night you ditched us and we had to do all the work?
What?
Don't what me. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
What work?
Rhea, I swear to God,
Well, maybe.
that's what I thought.
Let's just say, I'm gonna get a lot of gold back if we find them.
That's if they're even willing to.
Oh, it wasn't gonna be a choice for them.
Yeah, you're one person.
One powerful person with the power of ire at my back.
All right, so you finally arrive at a large sewer grate.
And Dinah's just gonna instantly like crinkle up her nose and goes, "What is it always the sewers?"
Because the sewers are where the evil people go, because they all smell.
Yeah, but it smells so bad and it's always overbearing on my nose.
Well, actually, that's why I use this place, because there's a lot of pathways that I can lose people in, and it's
Like
very
the path.
and it's very unpleasant. So not many people will go down there, which is perfect for me.
So, so Phineas kind of pries at the edge of this sewer grate a little bit, and
Oh,
pulls
cool
it.
help.
Okay. And pops it open. Holds it back open and
Says, "Okay, follow me. Oh, here."
he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little bit of fuzz. Almost looks like cotton balls. He pulls some of this out and he reaches into another pocket and he pulls out a small container, opens it up, and he takes what looks like some kind of wax, puts it on the tip of this little cotton ball like fuzz, and shoves one up each nostril, and then holds his hand out with some more of them and this little container to anyone else and says,
It kind of stinks down there if you want this.
As much as I would like to just clog my nose, it'd probably be best if I could smell people coming.
Okay.
Real men don't need to smell things. And like
Well, it
I
depends.
don't.
How badly does sound echo down there?
Actually, not very well. There's a lot of
Oh.
water. There's a lot of water flowing. It kind of masks noise. It's another
Okay,
reason.
then I'll take him. And she'll just snatch him and go, I can always just use my ears.
Okay. And you
Oak
have-
doesn't take it. He
Okay.
doesn't know why he said that. He's like slowly trying to think of why he would say that and what he meant to say. and, um, and he'll just go enter the sewer grate and
Okay.
be like, okay, let's go. Like he'll wait for Phineas to take the lead, but
Mhm.
he'll enter it and make sure there's no one there to
Okay.
answer them.
Now, this sewer grate is actually, it sits vertical against this large stone structure. And as you open it up, it is quite large opening. This grate is covering effectively about 6 foot by 6 foot square area. And it slopes down kind of a tunnel. You start following down this tunnel, and you eventually come to the end of this tunnel where there is another grate that is circular that Phineas pops open from the inside. And you find yourselves up here. And if you cannot see,
I assume that
that
I
is
assume
because
that-
it is pitch black. Okay, go ahead, Oak.
well, Oak can see.
Yes.
And I assume that the green stuff in the water means it's bad water and gross water.
Yes. If you cannot see, you can always light a torch, or if you can cast a spell of light or something like that, you can do that.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights to swirl around us. Oh, around me.
Okay, so you cast dancing lights. So let me just make an adjustment for you here. So you now have the equivalent of a torch.
I'll hand a torch to Galdur so he can light it.
Okay. And then Galdur does as well. So you guys should now be able to see. And the water that you see, yes, it is green and nasty, and it is absolutely foul. It is raw
Does it look very-
sewage. You can't tell because it is opaque.
Are there any
it's
little like
raw
pebbles
sewage.
nearby?
Yes, there are some little, rocks and pieces
go
of fallen
Pick
off
it
the
up,
wall.
pick one up, and like drop it into the sewage to see if it's really deep or like if it's like just like 2 inches or.
Well, you hear the
Poop.
pebble go ploop, and I mean you can see that it's sunk down a few inches, but you lose track of it after that. You don't know if it's sunk any further because it is just too thick and unable to
use
see
your
through
axe.
it.
Just
No,
hold the handle and dip it in.
no.
Anyway, Diana is actually going to take out a small loot from her bag of holding
Okay.
and just she's gonna purposely focus her sense of hearing now and lightly strum a couple strings to see just how much sound actually echoes within the sewer.
Okay. So You do that, and you get some notes, but you notice the sound down here. This water seems to be flowing, and flowing pretty well, and it is actually making a decent amount of background noise. So it seems very it's a good base of sound that seems to be kind of muffling the other noises in the area. So as you strum the lute lightly, you can hear the notes, but you can't really hear any reverberations coming back from walls or anything.
Can Diana try to take a few moments to focus on the reoccurring sounds so she can try to get her ears adjusted to be able to tune the water out and focus on anything else that isn't common?
I'd say sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
You attempted to use a roll command looking for a value, but no tokens are selected?
You have to click on
I
your
am
person.
selected. Thank you.
There you go. So, yeah, with that roll, you can hear, other sounds in here. Some is actually, maybe some dripping of water somewhere, but mostly what you hear is your other party members moving around close to you, the sounds of the flowing raw sewage river that seems to be prevalent down here, and
once
not
she's
much
used
else.
to that, once she's used to that, she can kind of tune out the sound of the water itself, so she's more focused on other noises that might occur. Like how when you get really used to a white noise machine, after a while, you just don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, and that's fine. You can kind of hear, the other noises, which right now all you're really hearing is the noises of your fellow party members. Okay, so Rhea seems to be starting to explore as she moves down towards the south.
Trying to be as sneaky as I can with light around me.
Okay, so...
We'll notice that Rhea has moved, and he's going to be like, and follow her.
Okay, so I'll need a stealth check from you, Rhea, if you are trying to be sneaky.
Oak isn't.
Okay. Alright, so, and Oak is not. Alright. Phineas, who, did I even put him on the board? No, I didn't. Let me grab him real quick.
I don't even know if she can do stealth. Oh, she has a +4.
Okay, so there's Phineas. So he looks at Galdur and Diana and Jacob, who are still there, and he says quietly, "Okay, they're gonna be down here somewhere. I'm willing to bet they're probably in one of the tunnels. I'm not exactly sure. They're gonna be here somewhere. This is my kind of getaway place. So just be careful as we go through. Don't know.
Would Oak hear Phineas saying this?
Yes.
Diana will.
You guys can hear.
He realizes he's trying to be quiet and not loud.
Okay.
And
Will
let's see how badly this fails.
Oak will hear Phineas say this, and he'll turn around quickly and say,
"He's not stealthy."
Okay.
First jingles too much.
Okay, go ahead, Oak.
Oak will say, "Okay, Ray and I will go this way. If we find anything, we'll scream, and you'll probably be able to find us."
Okay.
Except one problem with that, Oak. They're looking for Phineas. They're not going to realize you're supposed to be with him. They may just kill
Does
you.
that matter? They're part of the path.
Yeah, we were planning to kill them. We're not making deals here.
Phineas.
We're not making deals. We're killing them, and we're getting out.
We're here to help Phineas get his uncle back alive.
Yeah, we're gonna get his uncle back alive, but we're also gonna kill these members of the path.
if you rush in instantly killing, they're more likely to just automatically kill the hostage.
But they don't know that we're with Phineas. Like you said. So
Yeah,
why would they kill the hostage?
they'll think we're
It's also kind
strangers.
of- if this is as big an organization as Phineas was explaining, having a giant brute suddenly in the sewers running around, it's not going to be hard to connect that he hired muscle.
Oh, believe me, we know how smart these people are. They had a huge underground city in Astron. So we
Can
know who we're
anyone-
I do think the best idea to try and keep his uncle alive is just run around, cause noise, and start killing their people.
That's what we did last time.
And didn't you lose 2 party members as a result?
No, we lost 2 party members because of the rock. I only blame the path because the rock sent us there.
No, I blame LaRue.
Hey,
You mean
do
Elena?
not blame Dwayne the Rock
Oh, yeah.
Johnson for your party's
Dwayne.
mistake.
Yeah, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Is
He
the one we
wasn't
need to
even
blame for all of
here.
this.
He wasn't even in the game.
He is the root of all evil.
Ooh.
The point is, if you just go rushing and start murdering and attacking, they're more than likely going to automatically kill his uncle. And the reason we're here is for him.
Well, actually, I'm just here to kill some bad.
You
that was an
yourself
added
said you were
bonus.
helping him. Or are you
Yeah.
going back on your word?
No, we'll still help him while we
Then you
kill
should
the
be doing
path.
it how he needs it done, not how you want to do it. Otherwise, you're going back on your word to him to help him get his uncle back.
Hey, Phineas, you okay if we kill them, right?
Well, there's kind of a problem with that.
Why?
Well, I don't mind if we kill them if we can get my uncle back, but the problem would be that, well, if we kill them or attack them, it might be really hard to get him back, and if any of them escape, we're not gonna be able to live here anymore.
Then we go around, we surround them, try to make sure that they can't escape.
Okay, this is also a giant organization. You think a small party of what? How many of this? I need to actually count. Diana, Jacob, Rhea, Oak, Galdur, Phineas. A group of 6.
I thought we weren't including Phineas.
So you think a small group of 6 going against a giant organization that has their hands and fingers across the entire world, we can just surround and overpower?
Well, me and Rhea managed to rescue a few children by ourselves, so
I mean, that's
I think we got some pretty good odds.
that's what the power of
And as
air
a
allows.
result, 2 of your party members died.
Once again, that was Alona's fault, not the path. The
I
path
don't
didn't
give a
kill
fuck
them.
who Alona is. That's not what I'm asking.
Alona is a
I don't care, Rhea.
Ray is gonna start walking away.
As you start
Oak will
walking
shake
away,
his head. He'll follow her.
as you start walking away, Phineas kind of runs up to you quite silently but quickly and comes to Rhea and says,
Rhea, if you would please, can we at least try to talk to them first and find out, what they want? Maybe we can negotiate.
We can talk to them, and after we find Rupert, I'm going to kill them all.
After he's safe, I have no problem with that. I'll be right there with you.
Cool.
And
Then it's
Diana-
decided then. Save Rupert, then we kill them all.
That requires us to stay together and not instantly attack people.
Who said we were instantly going to attack them?
Well, then,
You were literally about to walk off and say you were just going to attack the first thing you find.
No, I said if we find anything, we'll scream.
And when do you ever just scream and leave? ever.
Hey, oh, can you fight while holding a torch?
No, I need 2 hands to hold my axe.
Damn it. I'm not very good at keeping light up during
Not
a fight.
right first.
But this is a precaution.
Can we like
Uh,
tape a torch to Oak's head or something?
Okay.
Or like his arm, or like
Hold on.
Tie
Let
it
me
with
the end
like
of
some
his
rope.
axe.
let me whip up a Home Depot so you can get some duct tape. Considering duct tape hasn't really been invented in this world.
We'll tie it with rope.
No, like we can tie it to the end of Oak's axe with the rope.
The fire would probably go
Alright.
out because of how fast you swing it.
If you want to try to do that, you most
And,
definitely
or we
can
just throw a
attempt
torch
it.
down on the ground and not aim for the sewer, and then just hope that it stays alight. Or they might have a light source.
Diana's gonna pause and go and just kind of look at Jacob and Phineas and go, "Do you guys have any idea what's in this water specifically, aside from feces and human waste?"
All right, hold on. Don't move too far there, you two. Stop, or I will take away control from you. All right. So, Jacob.
But I want to see everything.
Jacob kind of examines it a little bit, and Galdur actually looks at it as well. And Jacob says, I don't really see any signs of life.
That's not what
it
I'm
appears to
asking. I'm
be
more
just solid sewage.
I'm more thinking, is it possible it could be flammable?
Ah, I see what you're asking. No, not with that much liquid in it.
Gumi.
Alright, well, that defeats that possible idea. Although, in the sewage, are there like piles of trash everywhere and whatnot?
Not really. It's as you look around, you see that this sewer realm is surprisingly
Oh, we're in the
clean.
sewer realm. Huh?
Yes, surprisingly clean as far as debris and things like that. There really isn't any of that on the walkways or any of that. There is, however, it just seems to be this river of sewage flowing through, but the pathways are relatively free of debris with the exception of some dust and small rocks and things like that that may have broken off of the walls surrounding it. Some movement of maybe the earth, maybe some minor tremors over time, breaking walls, or just the wear of time. You do occasionally see some wet places on the walkways where you're not sure if that is a splash from the sewage or water that has leaked in through the rocks and the walls, or possibly
something
even
else.
blood.
So Diana, after looking around and thinking about it, she's gonna glance back over to Rhea and Oak, and then think for a second longer,
Mhm.
and go, "Well, you said the entire sewer system's your hiding spot, right?
Well, not the entire sewer system.
But this area of it."
This portion of it. It's broken up into many different areas, and I found this place a few years back, and it not a lot of people know about it, so I kind of been using it mostly exclusive. There's every once in a while you find maybe some rats or something down here, but that's about it.
Hey, Rhea.
Are you
Rhea,
there?
I have an idea that'll actually let you shoot fire.
Rhea will look at you, and that's it. Doesn't say a word.
Look. I'm just trying to focus on getting his uncle alive first. After that, I don't give a fuck what you do to them. Sound good?
Sure.
As for the I don't care about whoever the fuck you were mentioning, I'll apologize now and ask you about it later, but now isn't the time for me to know, okay?
Don't worry, they're on my list.
Now, how well do you have control over your fireballs? Or bolts, or whatever you call them.
Should we
The really
go back
fast
over
spark
to Diana?
What was that, Oak?
Should we move our icons back over towards Diana?
Yes,
Probably.
probably, since you're all having a conversation.
But no, she's gonna look at Ray and go, how well can you control the really small, fast, sparky things you shoot that lights things on fire?
Well, I mean, you've seen me shoot a lot of people.
Okay. What I mean is, can you make it bounce?
No.
Okay.
It's fire.
How,
It's not an actual
quickly-
ball.
if you are prepared for it, how quickly and how many can you fire off down a single hole?
I don't know.
Well, Ray, actually, you would know, like, in one round, basically, how many are you able to pop off using your combination of abilities and stuff like that?
Ray doesn't think
you
like that.
Well, because you got Twin Spell, so...
If I was ready, I guess like 6 in a matter of 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
With using... that would be
So,
using your haste, your Quicken Spell, and Twin Spell.
Twin spell
Yeah.
on all of them. Yep.
Yeah, basically
All
blowing
right,
all your
so-
points. Okay.
This section of the sewer specifically is where you generally hide, meaning they're expecting us to wander around looking for them, probably having planted traps or an ambush at some point. So my idea is, all they said in the note was to meet them down here, didn't necessarily say we had to go to them. So logic dictates make the most noise and they come to you.
I don't.
Can I scream?
Actually, I have a better idea.
I don't think logic
And
applies to
Diana's gonna
critical.
reach into her bag of holding and pull out bagpipes.
Okay. Bagpipes.
So you guys might want to cover your ears for this.
Oak will not.
This is a terrible plan. Is
So,
what Ray is
what
gonna
Diana's
say.
gonna
Amazing plan.
What Diana's gonna do is situate the bagpipes. She's not used to playing these yet. She hasn't had a lot of practice, but that's not the point of this. She's going to take the deepest breath she can, fill it all the way up, and let out the loudest and longest note she possibly can.
Okay. Roll a performance check because you are attempting to try to use this instrument, and you're trying to maximize what you can do with it. So, okay, all right. So, as Diana takes these bagpipes out of her bag of holding and she inflates them up big and then just squeezes while she's blowing through the tube, and she's putting her fingers on the holes to try to get the loudest highest pitch note. You just hear this god awful noise come out of this
Smiling.
thing.
Oak is just smiling the entire time. While he's just like,
It is loud. It's kind of, you almost want to put your finger in your ear and go like that. It's just like, ah. And it lasts for a good several long seconds. Like, I mean, it's a long period of time here.
like in
And
the
then-
last like 2 seconds, Oak is literally just thinking, please God, let it end.
Yes, it does get to that point, and then all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden it's she's getting out of breath, and there's not much air left in the bag, and it goes from this really loud, just obnoxious noise to like.
Ray is gonna light a torch.
Okay. All right. So you drop your dancing lights and put a torch instead.
Right now they're both up because why
Okay.
not?
It's the same amount of light, really.
Yeah.
So
So
Okay.
once that's done, Diana's gonna move so she and Jacob are in the back with Phineas next to her, and then she's gonna ask Rhea to stand on the other side of Phineas while having Galdur and Oak stationed on each side of an entrance.
Okay. So Galdur happily complies as he moves over. Let me get to about right there. And
Oak will be right here.
and Diana has a request that Rhea shows up over here on the other side of Phineas, and Jacob has actually placed Hrim
I'm good here.
over on Galdur's shoulder, and so Galdur has brought along Kevin
Kevin.
and has
Yay!
him stationed next to Phineas on this side.
Kevin.
A long minute passes.
Oh no! What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do?
I did something.
Oh,
There we go.
and
I'm back.
with impeccable timing, we now have a Galdur coming in.
Yay!
Let me just connect our good friend Galdur to the stream here. And there he
Yay!
is.
Oh my God, your beard!
Yeah. I'm a thick boy now.
I'm not used to you having that much facial hair.
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to having this much hair. I mean, do I still have my braid? My one braid?
Yes.
I got born braided my hair during my video conference.
I used to do that all the time during school.
This one means a lot to me.
Oh, I just remembered. I can't shoot 6 firebolt in one round. I can only shoot 4
4, yeah. I was thinking about that.
because haste doesn't allow you with your extra action to
Yep.
cast firebolt, which is fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can attack, but you can't cast a spell. I hate that spell now. Can't wait for polymorph.
Yeah,
Someday.
but you can give Oak one more attack.
Someday, polymorph. Someday. So, now this is where we're at. Going to catch you up real quick here. You basically relayed the events of your little sea voyage to the rest of the party after meeting up with them at the hotel, the inn, tavern, whatever you want to call it. And after relaying those events, you also told them all about how you met, and I typed it in the message I sent you wrong because I had gnome on the brain for some reason. Rupert is a halfling.
Halfling, okay.
Okay. And when you arrived and had this discussion, you talked about how you met this really interesting little halfling, had a great conversation. You also told them how you are now the proud owner of the Harbinger.
My pride and my joy.
And one thing that wasn't in the message that I sent you at the end was that the captain also told you that you can do with the ship what you wish. You can use it when you need. You can hire a crew and someone else to run it for you and have it continuing to do trade operations and earning some money on the side. It's completely up to you. But right now, you may want to catch back up with your friends. I actually saw them when I was out today, and I think it's time. And you explained all that to them when you, and that's why you came back. And then they explain some things, like how the box that you had been given guard of on your voyage, which you explained to them, and had noticed that it had a really expensive pendant in it that was just subsequently thrown overboard by the captain.
Yes.
And the box opened, and there was this stone tablet with weird writing on it. At which point, Jacob kind of got in your face and was like, "Ooh, tell me about that." And the party explained to you that, hey, we saw your captain showed up at the Redstone Manor and actually gave a box exactly like what you're describing to Lady Redstone. And in addition to that, as you were having your conversation about all this, there was a knock at the door where a young halfling who was crying basically came in and who seems to know the rest of the party and someone you actually recognize as well from your time in the weird realm of that book. It's Phineas Bumblesmoog. And he explains that his uncle Rupert was kidnapped. And everyone has since agreed to help poor Phineas get his uncle back. You now find yourselves in a sewer with rivers of thick, disgusting, nasty raw sewage running around through it. And a plan has apparently been put in motion of let's make as much noise as possible and see if we can bring these people to us. Which was carried out by Diana playing the loudest, longest, most annoying bagpipe noise in history, and it just now faded out. And everyone has kind of taken up some positions where you are standing over here on the map, and Hrim is actually on your shoulder so that Jacob can see down that way. Oak is taking up a position down here with Rhea right behind him, and the rest of the group, including Melora's guard, aka Kevin, are hanging back
Kevin.
by the way that you came into this area, this sewer grate. It is also, with the exception of the torch that Rhea has, and a torch that you were actually holding to help give light for yourself, and Rhea's dancing lights, it is pitch black down here, as far as you can tell. And that is where we're all at. So now that our late entry returning player is caught up, that is where we are at. And the sound has died out, and a minute of silence, with the exception of the ambient noises of this sewer, passes.
You fucking nerds would.
I have no idea what that's all about.
What?
Sorry, I didn't realize I turned my mic back on.
I was like, okay.
Sure.
I mean,
Sorry.
she's not
My
wrong.
fiance and our roommate are playing like this hand slapping game in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Cooper's trying to play with them.
All right. So that a minute passes. You don't hear anything besides the ambient noises. 2 minutes pass. Minutes.
Hey,
It just
Diana,
keeps
I
stretching
think
on
your
and-
plan failed.
And nothing seems to be
I
happening.
never said it was going to work perfectly. I said it was an idea.
How about this? How about I scream and see if I can attract some
Wait.
attention?
Wait. Da. Hang on.
Wait, let's have Phineas scream.
I was actually just about to say, does anybody have a spell that will, like, echo a noise? I forget what the spell is called specifically. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
The spell knock?
Ray is gonna cast Minor Illusion and make a lion roar.
Okay.
I was
Happen.
gonna say make it Phineas's voice.
Well, you
Minor-
didn't say that before I cast my spell. And then Rhea's gonna be like that?
Yeah, but as Phineas's voice saying that
And
he's
then
here.
before anyone else can do anything, Oka's gonna yell, "Hey, you dumb fucks, we're over here."
Oh,
Oh my god, Oak.
I will. While everyone's shouting, I will throw my torch and cast dark vision on myself because I'm boss.
Okay. Okay.
60 feet now. Ooh, I'm
Because
like
you are
y'all.
boss. All right. So hold on. Let me give you some good vision here. But first, I need to make.
Why do you have tidal wave?
Adjust. He was just
I
testing
don't-
it out to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
Magic.
I mean, I also have it, but it is prepared.
All right. So let me see here. Go to you and Galdur. You now have dark vision of 60 feet.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I can see around the corner almost.
Okay.
Never been
I
this
know it's
far.
glorious, isn't it?
I can see all of you.
It's
Okay.
absolutely glorious, isn't it?
All right. So
I am down one spell slot though now.
Oak, I need a perception check.
It worked. I can see it, but I know O can't. Oh, he can! I'm so
Yeah.
proud.
You see what looks like at the edge of the darkness, just barely into the light. What looks like a human male, dressed in blacks, dark greens, and small accents of red. Peering around the corner at you, and he just goes, "Time's almost up."
Then
And
bring him over here.
and backs away.
And Diana, will Oak relay what
Oak
he
will
saw?
tell them this. Yeah, Oak
Diana,
will tell them, like, uh, go ahead.
after Oak tells them, Diana would ask Phineas to pull out the paper and go and speak loudly now that she knows someone's down there
Mm-hmm.
and say, "You simply said to come to the area he hides. You never specified where within that area. We've already met your terms."
Diana, I don't think you know how these kind of people work. I don't think they care what they said.
Is uh is the stream of sewage? Can Oak jump over that easily?
I don't know. Can you? You
I don't know the mechanics of
It's-
jumping in this game. I don't know about the rest.
for jumping in 5th edition, basically it's going to be an athletics check, and the distance. And let me double check the
It's only
allowed.
like,
Just
like
10 feet is really not super hard.
then let's fucking do it.
Come on, you.
I'm gonna.
It's being slow here. Hold on. There we go. I didn't want the spell. I wanted. Yeah, just give me an athletics check. Okay. And with that, that's what I wanted. Right there. Squeezing. Okay. Sorry, this is taking a while because... Alright, there we go. There it is, special types of moving. Your strength determines how far you can jump. So, yep, and with your roll, yep, you can make it, so you can jump across there without an issue.
Sweet. And then Oak is gonna run over here and see if he can find the dude.
Upon seeing that, Ray would also like start running.
Okay.
I'd say, I think we gotta go. Oak's running, and I would move. I'll move 5 feet at a time, but I would move until like I could see Oak again, at least.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can't see.
Diana's gonna look at Phineas and just kind of shrug, asking if he wants to go after him, because it's your uncle, Phineas.
Yeah, these people don't play around. If they're not coming to us, uh, they want us to come to them, and that they're not going to be satisfied otherwise. So he starts.
You see him start moving this way.
Kevin/Malore's guard. Protect.
Can
Phineas.
Diana just kind of like hop over the tiny streams, run across the middle area, and then hop over it again, go down to Oak?
Yep, I need an athletics check.
I mean, they're like only 5 feet.
Yep, but there is rules on how to
There's
do
a chance you can slip and fall.
13?
There is. Oh yeah, no problem. You do it just fine.
3.
So
Oh,
Phineas,
Phineas.
unfortunately, trips, falls in, pulls himself out on the other side, and he is now covered in sewage and just smelly and nasty.
Oh, I have an idea.
Jacob acts smart, walks around this way, goes over the bridge, takes the bridge with Harim following along on his shoulder. And Melora's guard, well, that's up to you there.
I did tell him to follow Phineas, so it's just going to take the same path that Phineas did.
Okay. So it attempts to jump over and basically just walks through, gets across through to the other side. So you now have a sewage-soaked
Someone's gonna need a
skeleton.
bath.
Yes, a sewage-soaked skeleton. Say that 5 times fast. And so all of them are there, and you can move yourselves up as far as to where Oak is, if you so desire.
I'm guessing this is where I have to stop, right?
Jacob, well, depends on what you can see.
I don't know if I should be able to see, but I can see.
If you can see, it's because you can see.
Alright.
Oh,
I can see. So
Oak is gonna
It's
hide by
been
the
so
corner
long since
and
he
then,
was here.
peek
Like-
his
like-
head around.
I can see basically you know, this area. So should I stop?
That's up to you.
Alright, in that case I'm gonna keep going around. Alright.
Oak is gonna peek his head around the corner.
Okay.
What? I'm gonna have to zoom
So
in.
go ahead
What?
and move yourself down 1 square so you can see, because
Alright.
you're looking around the
Yep.
corner.
Oh, hello, friends.
Okay.
Yep.
And Phineas is coming up right behind you, Oak.
Okay.
Diana's just gonna kind of pop from around Oak to see what he's looking at.
Okay, so go ahead and move yourself 1 square down just so you can see, and then you can move yourself back so to indicate you're behind the corner.
And once Oak sees what he's seeing, he's gonna take his axe out and just kind of slowly advance.
Okay.
And she's gonna lean back and go, Oak, are you sure this is a good idea?
And then
Yes.
Phineas. Okay, so everyone stop moving for a moment. Phineas
Sorry.
sees Oak taking out the axe, and starting to walk forward. And so Diana,
You
since
did
you're
it.
since you're right there, and Galdur, you're right there.
Son of a.
Hold your horses. Since since Diana, you're right there, and Galdur is there, and Jacob as well. Oak, you're facing the wrong way, but you three see Phineas's eyes go wide as he sees Oak pull his axe and start to trudge forward, and he quickly hurries up in front of Oak to see what's there. And on sight of Phineas, a rogue that you do not recognize, and no, it is not who you think it is.
Oh damn.
Okay, but
What did you think it was someone who
someone
shot
from
like a bird?
someone from before.
I thought it was Stallion.
Yeah, I could tell based on
Or I thought
based on your
I
reactions.
thought you
that
thought
that's
it
what you
was
think.
Songbird. Or
That's
whoever
a
his name-
drow rogue.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't see it, and I'm very bad with seeing things. Okay, I have bad eyesight. Oak has
That's
better
why I
eyesight.
got
than mine.
excited.
So, you see what looks to be a halfling in a cage and a female drow dressed in blacks and browns and slight accents of red, who's got a dagger in the cage pointing directly at the throat of this poor halfling, who seems to be unconscious. And
Diana-
and she says, "There you are. You and some friends I see you've brought. You should stay there. Phineas, you may approach."
Oh, Dolores Guard, don't follow. Or follow. If you need stealthing.
Can Diana? I'm thinking. Hang on. Nick,
Rhea, since she's out of sight, is gonna walk up to
You
like
don't
the
put the
corner.
cardboard in
I
there.
want to be able to like Rhea wants to be able to see.
Okay, so you're gonna
So-
walk. Yep, you can kind of move up until you can see. That's fine. Jacob has also
Oak is gonna.
Like
Jacob.
right here.
Yeah, Jacob has also actually moved up onto the bridge.
Oh.
Actually, not him onto the bridge, but he's moved. Hrim is actually kind of perched on one edge of the bridge, so he can see out that way.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Oak is gonna move over towards Harim, and just whisper to Harim, just like, go around the back. Go around the other side so we can surround him.
Okay.
and Diana's just gonna look at Oak and go, "I hope you realize Hrim's just a bird."
Right.
With Jacob
He
and
can't
Galdur
attack.
too.
Oh.
So Hrim flies off this way.
No, I meant the other way.
Well, you didn't
Where we
specify.
came.
You said go around.
God damn it!
You want me to follow him then?
No, go the other way we came.
Oh, okay. Should I leave my guard here or not?
The moment Diana
skeleton.
realizes
Oh,
Oak
hold
just
on, let-
sent Hrim off,
Oh gosh. Hrim, where are you going there, buddy?
Hey, we'll
Well,
get a better
actually,
angle.
Oak requested Hrim go off because Jacob sees through Hrim and can choose to hear through Hrim, and he's not that far away. He knows
no,
what's happening.
Diana's-
He chose to allow that to happen.
Diana's instantly gonna move back next to Jacob
Oh,
and just.
he shuffled up next to you actually.
Oh, okay.
Aww.
Well, because
And then
she's
Oak will
literally
move back to the behind Phineas.
she's the seeing eye fox. If Hrim's gone, poof.
Yep, he knew where you were, and before Hrim flew off, he kind of shuffled up next to you, and he put his hand on your shoulder. And then Hrim took off that way. Now,
Also, if Phineas
Yes.
after the lady says, like once this has happened and Phineas starts to move up towards them by
Mhm.
himself, Oak is gonna tell the drow lady, No, I get to come with him because he's my friend, and I'm not gonna let you kill him.
So Phineas was about to step forward. Do you actually stop him?
Yes, I stop. I put a
Okay.
hand gently on his shoulder,
Okay.
and I'm just like, hold on, buddy.
Okay. So you grab onto his shoulder and kind of hold him back.
Just
And
lightly.
he stops and kind of looks back at you, and then you say what you said. And the drow just kind of gets this really wicked smile and says, "Very well. If your uncle's life is not worth it, I shall end it." And she goes to stab at him. Phineas immediately yells, "No, stop!"
Damn,
And she hesitates for a second, staring at him. And he looks at you, Oak, and says,
Please, just let me try.
Fine.
and he steps.
Scream if you need help.
He steps up to here.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can Diana put a Dissonant Whispers on hold?
Mm,
In the
technically, yes. The way it works is during like a combat when you're in initiative, on your turn you can say, look, I want to hold my action until this specific thing happens, and then if that triggering event happens, you release the spell. But if that triggering event doesn't happen, then you basically lose the spell when your turn comes around again. However, since you're not in initiative, you can still say the same kind of thing. Is I want to basically, you're basically casting the spell and just holding the last moments of it to release it. But you have to give it some kind of triggering event that you'll go, okay, now.
Because what Diana's gonna do is, after seeing that the woman was instantly going to be willing to just kill the uncle, she wants to hold Dissonant Whispers, so if the woman goes to kill the uncle or Phineas, she would instantly release it on her, so that way she gets knocked back away from whoever she's closest to.
I see. Okay. So your triggering event is going to be specifically what?
If one of them takes damage.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So, at this point, Phineas has walked up here. He looks across at the drow and says,
All right, I'm here. What's it gonna take to get my uncle freed?
The drow looks at him, looks back at all of you, and then back to him and says, You know what we want. You have but to agree and join us.
Diana wants to look at Phineas and, like, she wants to so badly ask, why do they want him so badly?
And
he's my one true love.
He
You say that about everyone.
His head kind of drops low for a second. Kind of shakes it. He looks up. He says,
You know I can't give what you want.
He says, that is the bargain.
Diana will step. She can't step towards him otherwise. But she's gonna look at Phineas and go, what do they want?
He, behind his back, Rhea, give me It's low DC perception check.
What about me? I asked.
I know.
Thieves can't.
Oh.
You don't catch it completely. You see his fingers kind of wiggling behind his back. You know he's messaging you in Thieves' Cant because he knows you can understand some of it. To tell Diana that something about can't, mine, heart, and that's all you catch.
Ah, shit, I should have studied more.
Hey, quick question.
Ray is not going to relay anything because she doesn't
No,
know
no,
what
no,
it means.
you can. Because Thieves' Cant is a kind of sign language, does that count as a written language?
No, it's not ever written. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's written, but rarely, and it's symbols, and the only people who are ever taught how to read it are thieves. And it's just like, if you're thinking like comprehend languages, then yes, I would allow that spell.
Oh, yay! Awesome!
If you
So
cast
then, can
that,
I
you're
roll
gonna
for perception?
you're gonna lose dissonance whispers.
Yep.
Oh, will I?
Oh, absolutely.
You've lost focus on the spell.
Yeah, because you are holding it for a specific trigger. So if you choose to cast comprehend languages right now, you lose your dissonant whispers. I will allow you to make the choice since you realize how that works because Diana would know that that would be the case. So I will allow you to decide whether or not you want to drop dissonant whispers and cast comprehend languages or stick with dissonant whispers.
Does Galdur know comprehend languages?
Galdur can't see it. Galdur went away.
I can see
Oh.
Phineas.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
clear line of sight.
Yeah.
No.
I'd need a perception check from you
I
to be
don't
able to
have
see what he's.
comprehend languages, but I can see his hand wiggling. I might be like, wow, my heart beckons for you.
Well, because I'm the only one with a spell
Whoa.
currently
How did I teleport?
set
That I don't know because I didn't move you.
to protect him.
Magic.
Yeah, no, I don't have it prepared. I don't even think I can learn, to be honest. Let me check.
How quickly would it take after summoning that to refocus on Dissonant Whispers?
It's just like any other spell. If you want to think in turn-based scenarios, each turn is 6 seconds. So basically,
Okay.
6 seconds.
So
and
she
then
has
another
6 seconds between casting Comprehend Languages and then refocusing on Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah. You just have to make sure you mark off Dissonant Whispers the spell slot for it.
Okay.
And
So I'm gonna
comprehend
cast.
languages, because that's a
Yep.
spell
I know.
slot too, right?
Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, it's 3 spell slots.
So I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages, and then I guess a Perception check. Right?
Yep. That's enough. And with comprehend languages, what you get is I can't give her what she wants. It's mine. And mine alone. It would mean losing my heart.
And now I have to cast Dissonant Whispers to keep that active. And Diana, can she roll her Can she ask the drow what it is she wants from him?
Okay. Well, while you're about to do that, because all this is, it's all taking, a finite amount of time. And this during this exchange, when Phineas shook his head and everything, and then said, I can't give that. The drow says, very well then. Takes the dagger, and just as she's about to plunge it, Phineas says, okay, fine. She stops again. Just millimeters away from his uncle's throat.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
So where is the light originating from on the
In that central
platform?
area,
Yeah.
there are 4 torches. You see 4 pillars around this central platform. And actually, I never really described this area, so I should do that for you guys. As you see this area, what you see is this river of sewage seems to surround an island of stone in the center, upon which are 4 pillars. On each of those pillars is a sconce with a torch resting in it that is lit, providing light to the surrounding area. Other than that simple island in the center, the only other things you see are the pathways for the sewage leading up to that central moat, if you will, and other passages kind of off at the back in the shadows, leading away from the central area.
Oh, Oak. Hey, Oak.
Mm-hmm.
Is the drow the person you saw earlier?
Was the drow the person I saw earlier?
And which person are you referring to specifically when you say the person
When-
you saw earlier?
The person
When
who poked
he-
around the corner. The person who poked around the corner and said, "We're running out of time."
Oh, no.
And then like,
Oh, that one. No. The person you saw was a human male.
nah. He was human and he was a dude. So the opposite of that person.
So, as Phineas says, okay, I'll do it. He steps back a step and makes a running leap across to here.
I sent you a message.
Mm-hmm. It would be perception.
Okay.
And it's going to be a pretty high difficulty for that.
I can try though.
You absolutely can try.
Quick question.
Ah.
How
No,
big is
that's not gonna-
huge?
Huge is a 15 by, it's basically 3 squares by 3 squares. 15 by 15. So, just so you can see what huge is like, it is basically going to be... Huge would be about like that size.
Okay.
That would be something considered huge. Now I gotta zoom in just so I can pick that stupid thing up and get rid of it. Alright, there we go. Okay. So huge is about that size.
I don't know. Should I?
Yes.
Okay.
Do it.
Now,
Do it.
when Phineas lands over here, he straightens himself up. He looks at the drow and he says, okay, I'm here. Let him go.
I'm so nervous.
She says, good choice. Takes her dagger and cuts 2 leather straps on the side of this cage and then kicks the cage, causing the halfling inside to tumble out and shock himself to consciousness from the impact of the floor. At which point he looks around, fear in his eyes, sees Phineas standing there, and says, What's going on?
I have a question.
Yes.
Hypothetically, if you were running twice as fast before you did a jump, would that make it easier to make that jump?
No.
Where are you?
No. The way it works is your jump distance is determined by your strength.
Yeah, but you're twice as fast.
Yes,
Alright.
but your jump distance is determined by your strength.
Oh.
So the distance wouldn't improve, but you know what? I would say the DC for the athletics check, yeah, that would drop a little bit if you're twice as fast.
All right. So upon like all of this happening, Rhea's gonna cast haste and twin spell it on me and Oak.
Okay. All right. And when Rupert, he kind of half walks, half crawls to Phineas, grabs him and says,
I don't know what's going on. Why has this happened?
and Phineas says,
It's gonna be okay, Uncle. Just get out of here. That way.
he points, and Rupert stands up, looks at him, looks back at the drow, looks back at Phineas, nods, comes over here, runs past him, and makes a jump, barely making it, to the other side, and then immediately starts running this way, towards you guys, and runs past you over here. And,
I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the drow.
okay,
Could I?
and at that,
Damn it! I
roll
want to summon
initiative.
something.
you
Well-
can, if you are all doing this right away.
Yeah.
What I am going to do is
Good
you
job,
will,
Rhea.
you will roll initiative. However, unless she beats you on initiative, I'm basically going to say you have a surprise round, which means you're all going to go once
Yeah.
before she even gets a turn. But if
Good
she
job,
beats
Galdur.
if she beats you, she's going to get to go that turn as well.
It's fine. I have.
So, quick question. If she gets too low and we tied.
Yeah. What's her dex? Probably better than mine. Fuck.
The reason I'm asking is if we get the surprise attack, does that mean Diana can release her Dissonant Whispers
Yes,
onto her?
You've been holding it. I'll say yes.
Because that's a 3rd level spell slot.
That's why I'm saying yes. I'm being nice.
Cool.
I mean, if y'all don't know this, but I got Phineas. I got my boy,
It's a 5d6. Oh dear God.
who I've just imprinted on.
So, because it's a surprise attack, does that mean we automatically land the hit?
No.
No.
No, it just
So we
means you
still
get...
roll the d20.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so let me arrange the initiative tracker here and position it here so it can actually be seen for everyone who is watching.
What was her dex bonus?
You don't know.
Higher than a 3? Damn it.
Okay, so as you are launching a firebolt, basically, again, this is kind of a surprise attack. So this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen. Rhea, you get to go. Okay, and you're firing it at the drow.
Yep.
That does not hit her as the firebolt goes directly towards her, and she does a tuck and roll, springing back up onto her feet, easily dodging out of the way. Diana.
Okay, how does my Dissonant Whispers work again?
Okay,
so they
the
need to
same
make
way
a
it
wisdom
always
save.
works, Pinky. Yes. So, what is your what is your save
13.
DC? 13. So, I need my saves, please. There they are. And what happens on a failure? What happens on a success?
Success is full damage, failure is only half damage.
No, actually, that'd be opposite. If they succeed on the failure, or succeed on the save, they take half damage.
Yeah, on a failed save,
Yeah. It's full damage and any other effects.
I'm reading, hang on. On a successful save, the target takes half damage and doesn't move.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Am I rolling full or half?
You roll the damage, and then if she takes the full amount, she takes the full amount. If she takes half, I just give her half.
So it's a 5d6.
Ah, that's right. You do have haste. So yes, you can also have a second action, but let's go ahead and let Diana finish this since we already got into that.
Do I add the +2 modifier? Or no?
Let me look at what you're looking at on your spell so I can figure out what the issue is here. So 3rd level, Dissonant Whispers, boom. Using a spell slot or higher, the damage injuries one, blah, blah, blah. So yes, you are going to be rolling.
So I got
You're going to be rolling
the input
5d6. You're going to be rolling 5d6.
With no modifier?
There is no modifier. It's just
okay.
It's just an increase. So, there you go.
Please hit.
So, well, it automatically hits. It's just whether or not she takes the full damage or not.
I'm just hoping she takes that full damage.
Okay. So, you see her as you unleash this torrent of just noise and discordant sounds in her direction. She grabs her ears for a second and grits her teeth. And it's definitely thrown her off a little bit. But then she kind of shakes her head and she looks at you. Rhea, go ahead and take that second action since you were hasted.
Well, I was also going to move. That was kind of like my big part.
Yep.
So I'm going to move over here and cast another firebolt. Oh, wait, no. Haste doesn't let me. I was going to throw my cool-ass dagger from range. That's what it was.
You're going to throw your cool-ass dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's long range. So that's going to be at disadvantage because it's over the short range.
Shit, what was the range for that?
For a dagger, it's like 20, foot is like short range, so.
Okay. I'll take the disadvantage. It's fine.
Okay. All right, well, it hits. And
I'm going to yell, Phineas, run.
And she takes that damage and is not happy about it. Okay. All right, so now going back to Diana to finish your turn, you still have a move left. Okay. Being this is a kind of a surprise round, I'm not letting you guys do additional bonus actions this round until we get back to the top of the order.
But since I have haste cast on me,
you get two actions and a move. You get two actions and a move. You just don't get a bonus action.
But I attacked twice already.
Yes.
You still attack 3 times.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was asking.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
So because she had
yeses.
So because she had the spell already held, does that count as what her action would have been?
Yes, because it's still it's basically your delaying your action until the time is right, but then that's when you boom. That's your action.
And you said I can't
You still
do
have
bonus
movement.
actions?
Not on this surprise round, because I'm
Okay.
basically letting all of you go first. A little bit, because
Is hide an
you kinda-
action?
Yes, it is. But you already used your action. You have movement left.
Oh, movement. That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay. Her movement is just going to be grabbing the back of Oak's jacket and saying, "For the love of God, please don't let me die."
Okay. All right. So now, Oak, movement and 2 actions because you're hasted.
And double movement. 'Cause
Okay.
hasted.
Yeah, you got lots of movement because you're
Okay.
hasted.
Plus 2 AC.
So,
Oh, my dancing lights is down, by the way. So
Yeah.
I'm only on a
fine.
torch.
Yeah.
So would I still have to make an athletics check to jump over the
You sure
the
do.
gross?
You sure do. But
Okay.
since you're moving so quick, I'm gonna reduce the DC.
Haha. So it was athletics, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, easily.
Woo! And I'm just
all
gonna
you
like
need is a DC
barrel
10
through
normally.
Phineas.
Okay.
I'm gonna barrel through Phineas and then just stop right here. And
Okay.
that's the person we attack, right? The
Yes.
one I'm standing next to now.
It's the one I attacked.
Oak is gonna take out his great axe
Okay.
and he's gonna chop.
Oh, I forgot.
1.
All right. Well, that's the first attack, second attack, and
3.
then that third attack. All 3 hit.
Ha!
So
So-
8, 11, and 10.
No, are you raging?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
That's just I just added the little thing on there so it would be on there when I am raging.
So 8, 19, 29.
Yeet! Let's go.
I forgot to put Jacob on there too.
I know. I was like, oops. Sorry.
And then he'll scream in her face and be like, "Fuck you! You don't mess with my friends. Not my friends, not their families. Go screw yourself."
All right, there we go. That's got that.
So she's taken 36 damage.
Yeah, let's see. So 19. All right, so 29 there. That's 29 from Oak.
And 10 from me.
And that hit her hard.
And 6
And
from Rhea.
And 6 from Rhea. So
29, 39, 40,
45.
45.
Yep. So that hit her pretty hard. She's definitely not happy with that. And it is Galdur's turn.
How is she alive?
All right. I'll look to Melora's guard and be like, protect Phineas. Like it's my free action. Then I will. Yeah, I'll move right here and I'll be like, So question what if I summon an enormous tentacle to grab Phineas? Like, would I need a roll to hit? Phineas just take it. Because I don't want to do constrict because it does 2d8 plus 4 damage. I don't know.
Yeah, you just want to pick him up and move him.
Yeah, I just want to scoop him.
Well, what exactly is the spell?
Oh, conjure animal. So it allows me to conjure a beast. So I would conjure an enormous tentacle, which fits perfectly down here because it's from
An enormous tentacle. Is an enormous tentacle a beast, according to...
It's a huge beast.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I would say you would have to actually roll an attack to see if you grab him. Actually, it would be considered a grapple, so it would be a strength athletics check. Which, a huge tentacle probably has a pretty good strength score, so...
I mean, plus 4. No,
it's not bad.
Boasting. So yeah, I will, yeah, I guess Galdur's gonna go all out and cast. could do to hit her. Ah!
Yeah, but if you grab him and get him out of the way.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah. I'll go ahead and cast it. I will burn a 3rd level spell. Oh wow, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it is a CR2, so I can only summon one of these.
Okay.
And I'm summoning it like in the squares. My tentacle save me. Well, save.
Alright, hold on.
That's disgusting. Well, it's very disgusting now.
And where did you want it?
Right behind them.
So it's like right back here.
Yeah, well, let me measure, because I would place it to where I could. Yeah, so yeah, right there. Because I only have
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it'd have to be one space. Oh, it can't be. Oh wait, never mind, because it would be from anywhere in its cube. So yeah, it can see Phineas.
Okay.
Because
So
it does have blind sight of
Okay.
10 feet.
alright, so go ahead and roll that athletics check. Strength
Alright.
athletics.
So 1d20 plus 4.
Okay.
Phineas, just take it.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I would use
then
every-
then he does not resist, which allows you to grab him.
Alright. Well, I mean, technically, it'd be after my turn, because then the creature would do its turn.
Yep. So that is your turn.
Yeah.
So does
Alright.
that put Phineas back on the ledge closer to me?
Well, he has been grabbed. He is currently grabbed by this tentacle.
I can move the tentacle anywhere I want.
Mhm.
But
So-
since I just summoned it, it wouldn't get initiative with me.
It is now regular turns. And from way back here, arrows streak forward. And what is your AC, Oak?
14.
Did that include the +2 from haste?
16.
Okay. Arrows streak forth. One just misses you, but the second one plunges right into your side for 22
Okay.
points of damage, piercing damage.
Jesus Christ.
That tickles.
Okay. I'm raging next round.
And then
I hope you have a backup character.
I might try to.
I do. His name is Spoon.
Oh. I might
Do
try
you
to-
really?
Yes, I've got several backup characters.
all right.
My backup character is Dalian.
I'm just hoping Hook doesn't die.
Me too.
I also hope Oak
You
You
doesn't
shall
die.
never die
Okay.
with me around.
So
See, I can either play it as Oak or I could play as.
here what looks to be a human thief that Oak would say, that guy looks familiar, shoots a crossbow towards
That
you, Galdur,
bitch.
and it goes right over your back and sticks into the stone wall. This one shoots at you and gets
Can I do a prevent wounds?
You currently cannot see Galdur in where you're located.
Damn it! I forgot about it for Oak.
Well, you'll just have to remember.
Because it's a
when it comes around.
reaction.
And
I don't have any reaction spells.
this guy is really accurate as he nails you with a crossbow with a critical hit, doing 14 points of damage. Piercing
That
damage.
tickles. Okay, let me dock the 14.
Two more pop around this corner here, and two more pop around here.
Oh man, I need to do a con save.
This one takes a shot at Phineas and hits him.
Hey.
The one next to him takes a shot at your tentacle. And what is its armor class?
12.
It hits for 5 piercing damage.
All right.
Why'd you do a
I
Constitution
I
save?
got hit.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Concentration. Yeah.
Phineas is almost dead.
Well, that's a 7.
Oh, I roll with advantage. I'm a warcaster.
Oh, that's okay. Then you're fine. So
Yeah, come at me.
So the second one shoots at your tentacle, hits it. These two over here shoot at Oak. And miss as 2 crossbow bolts go past. And it is now Kevin's turn.
Kevin!
Come on, buddy. I mean, you're gonna have to. It's just gonna have to follow. the
Hey,
command
I
I
have a quick
gave.
question.
Hmm.
So, are you just gonna look off Jacob's sheet and just play for him for this fight?
Basically.
Okay, because I don't have his spells memorized.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I got it.
All right, so yeah, Lore's guard would.
I'm just going to do what I think would make most sense for him to do.
Oh wait, I have 30 feet of movement. Bro, I didn't know that. I thought I only had 20. Bam, moves one more. Because I did instruct him to protect Phineas.
You did. Okay.
So yeah, that's his whole turn.
That's his
Good
whole
job,
turn.
dude.
Okay. So Jacob,
Good job, Kevin.
who is looking through Hrim's eyes, who Hrim is down here surveying the scene, steps around the corner.
I don't even see him.
And let me see, what is going to make the most sense for him to use at this point in time?
Your fireball would
Okay.
hit team members. Let's not.
Mm.
Remember what we talked about?
Not
All right.
necessarily.
All right, so
He wants to place it correctly.
Yep. So he casts a spell towards the lady in the center, and let me just see if he actually hits. That will hit.
Good job, good job.
So
What spell was it?
you will find out in a second. Okay. So a black beam of energy shoots forth from his hand and strikes the drow right in the shoulder, and she seems to wither a little bit, the strength seeming to be drained from her.
White?
No. For you spellcasters, you would know this as the Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay.
At what level?
Second. Which is what it is.
Yeah. It just makes him crappier.
It's because it's old.
Yeah. Alright, and that is Jacob's turn. It is now the Drow's turn. As she kind of looks at Oak, she looking like she's a little bit sickened by that ray that struck her. And she attacks you.
But she can only do half damage.
Come on, there we go. There it is.
Miss.
Alright, so as one dagger comes in low, you sidestep just enough to get out of the way. However, it seemed to have been a ruse as her other dagger
Can I
digs
do
deep
prevent
into your side.
wounds?
Sure. As your other dagger digs deep into your side.
Was that a yes to me?
Yes, that was.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what the fuck I'm supposed to roll.
I don't think you rolled.
Wait,
Oh, it
What
takes away
happened?
3 damage.
I wrote down.
It takes away 3 damage. So basically, you take 1 point of well, you're not raging, right? Not yet.
No, I'm
So
not.
You take 2 points
I
of
will be.
piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution save.
Oh gosh, her blades are poisoned.
One moment, please. Will 12 do it?
you feel just a hot, burning pain from where that small wound was
Do I still have the spell? I think I do.
as you take 19 points of poison damage.
Oh my god.
Haha! I do! Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, guys, we're getting down low here. Your tank might need some help.
She then.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Hold on. She then uses her bonus action to disengage.
Hold on.
I have a question.
Okay, hold on, Oaks. Let's
Uh,
see what.
Even,
Oaks...
okay, I get an attack. Even if they disengage, I get an attack.
Sentinel feet, right?
Yep.
Go ahead and go for it. And that'll hit. So she goes nowhere. And she is not happy about that. So she's like, "Damn you."
Fuck you!
And it is now Rhea's turn.
Alright,
I will win the verbal fight. And the physical one.
can I draw a red circle real quick?
Okay.
Alright, 1.
Well, let me just ask you this. Let me just say this too. In the heat of battle, you don't get an overhead view of the map with measuring tools to mark out exactly where your things are going to be. So you have to make your best guess on where to place something based on what you see without using measuring tools, and then based on what square you say I want it to go here, that's going to determine, where it's centered, and then the radius of that goes out from there.
Okay. Well, Oak, if I hit you, I'm sorry. But,
Okay, you're gonna kill me.
Hopefully not. Hopefully
I
not.
would put it as close to the archers as you can so you don't risk hitting him.
Please. Please, I have 16 HP left.
Yeah, if you hit him, Oak will die.
Yes, I will.
We'll go down. He won't die.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
Rhea,
Mm-hmm.
this is called listening to and working with your team members.
I mean, this should be fine. This should be fine.
I trust you, Rhea.
It better safe than sorry.
Can you put it right? Can you see the color I'm pinging?
I was gonna put it right here.
I would
Do
do
it
it a
right
little
here?
closer to what Oak is doing.
No,
Do it
I'm
right here. Right here. And you won't hit me.
I mean, I don't think I hit you from here.
I don't care. Do it there.
Except I'm pretty sure you will, based on what happened with Prim.
I mean, I knew I
right
was gonna
here.
hit him.
It's still the premise of
So that's
better
where you're going to put it?
safe than sorry to protect
That's
your
where I
team
was
members.
putting it.
Okay.
It is.
Oh, there's the big old circle behind my head, y'all.
No, I was the brown one. I was putting it right, like.
You're
Well,
gonna hit
you're-
Oak and you're gonna kill Oak.
You're the
I'm not
brown.
gonna hit Oak.
You were the brown one.
Then
It's
why
on
don't
that
you
square.
go with the safer
There
than
you go.
sorry?
No, see?
There you
You
go.
will hit if you put it there.
No, you see
It's
the red
right
circle.
there. Yeah.
It's the red
It's
It's
circle.
a 20-foot
Where
diameter, right? Yeah.
exactly
Radius.
where she pinged. That was the center of where I placed the circle, is where she pinged, and that is a 20-foot diameter circle.
Yeah.
So that is what happens. It will hit the drow and not hit Oak.
See?
Okay.
Okay, now I have a question. Does it hit both archers or just one?
That I just got rid of the circle.
I'm sorry
Because
about
it
the
was
red
like
circle on them.
just on the edge of one of the other guys.
There, remove it. Now you gotta bring the circle back.
Go ahead and roll your fireball damage.
Alright, what was that? 8d6.
Anyway, I actually had a question. The crossbows that they're using, is there metal anywhere on the crossbows?
Yeah, the crossbow bolt tips. Yeah, it would catch them both.
Okay, where's this?
So, and what is your save DC, please?
Oh yeah. I need to put my fireball in, so it'll just tell you. Where the fuck is my 1 second. Dex 15.
Okay, so, and that was 23 fire damage.
It's actually 26 because of Dragon
Oh,
Ancestor.
yep. There you go. So 26. So the drow takes 13.
Damn drow.
And come on, thing. There we go. And these two scream and die in a fire.
Good.
Yes. And then I'm going to quicken action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to twin firebolt.
Okay.
And there goes all of my sorcery points. Who needs sorcery points, right?
I had an idea, and now I'm not allowed to do it.
Not necessarily. What's your idea? It's your turn.
Well,
next,
it depends
so
on if they live or not.
you'll have
Well,
to
I
see.
mean, I'm shooting the drow and I guess this one over here.
Oh, thank you.
Drow first.
Yep, can't do my idea.
Well, depends.
The drow to me. I will smash her.
Firebolt. So that was the
Okay,
drow.
that was a drow. Okay.
So that's 19 fire damage
Okay.
and 14 to the one I pinged.
Yes.
So as that fireball explodes over here and takes out these two and injures the drow, and a firebolt launches across over the moat of raw sewage, slams into this guy over here, and he falls down. And the drow gets hit in the back and it kind of turns and looks at you and snarls, and she's clearly not thrilled with what is going on. She looks pretty beat up at this point.
And that's my turn.
It is now Diana's turn.
Can I use a 3rd level heat metal on her daggers?
Absolutely.
Cool. So I rolled a 1d20 for this one.
Well, all you gotta do
And
is
then-
click on the spell in your stuff, and it'll tell you exactly what you need.
Don't have it.
Yeah, it's,
Heat metal is an auto hit.
it's
Oh,
just,
is it?
Just look at your
Mhm.
spells on D&D Beyond, and you just click on the spell, and you can see. So you said you wanted to do it at 3rd level?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3rd level heat metal is going to be it's concentration up to a minute. You pick it out.
Can I use my
Any
movement
creature-
first before I do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Any creature
Okay, because
in
I need to
physical
move like 10
contact-
feet forward.
Yep, any creature in physical
What are you
contact.
heating metal on?
2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action in each of your subsequent to cause the damage again. If they're
Cool.
holding the object, take damage from it. The creature must succeed on a con save or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start. And it goes
So
up
I
by
roll-
d8, so it's going to be 3d8.
Cool.
Yep. So roll for damage. Okay. So as you concentrate on that oak, you are standing right in front of this drow who is bleeding profusely, got burn marks all over her, and has these 2 daggers that you now realize are both coated in a very painful poison. And they start to glow red. What can this foul thing be?
Here's the thing, though. She doesn't burn, remember?
Oh, that's right.
She freezes.
You freeze. It's frostburn. They start to glow with this eerie blue light as you see what seems to be ice crystals forming on the edges of these blades, crawling up the hilts into her hands, and you hear her scream, "Ah!" And she drops both of her daggers as she failed that save big time and takes a whopping 12 damage. And that was your movement and your action. You still have bonus action.
Yeah, I'm reading my bonus action to make sure. And then who's next? And then I want to give a bardic inspiration to Oak.
Okay. Then it is now Oak's turn.
Sorry, was chewing. Okay. Oak is going to rage,
Okay.
and he's going to scream in her face, like, "Don't fuck with my friends and my family. Just fuck off." And he's going to attack her.
Okay.
2, 3.
All right.
God, I hope those two first ones hit.
So as
Wait,
you
I have bardic inspiration. Is it a D8 or a
yeah,
or
what's
a
your
D6 or
what's
whatever?
your inspiration there, Diana? A D8
It's a
or
1d8.
1d8. So
It's a
1d8. Then I'm gonna use it for the first attack.
okay.
Uh, 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 uh.
All right. So as you swing your axe down towards the clearly wounded drow, she manages to duck and twist out of the way barely. You bring your axe around again with a swipe from the side, which she leans back in an almost, you don't know where you get this picture in your head, but some guy on a rooftop going like this as these weird metal objects fly past you. And then you bring your axe around for a third and unexpected strike as you hit home. And show me what you got.
Well, huh. What do I want to do
I
for
mean,
this?
you could lodge it clean in her chest and then just throw her in the water with the momentum.
This is my moment, Diana. Not yours. When it's your moment, you can decide how things go.
I never get moments.
You almost did. She had 1 hit point left.
God damn it! You couldn't have given it to me.
She had 1 hit point left. Sorry.
I wanted to kill one boss. God damn it!
Oh, trust me, it's going to happen someday.
Not at this rate.
All right, Oak.
Gosh, how do I want to end her? You know what? We're just gonna do this nice, quick, and clean, and we're just gonna chop off her goddamn head.
All right, as she leans back in this weird
and
motion.
Then, once the head is off her shoulders, Oak is gonna punt that into the water.
That is beautiful.
Insult to injury.
Beautiful. So she leans back, her arms flailing, avoiding your second blow, and as she comes back up, you catch her square in the neck, and your axe slides through as if it was melted butter. Her head falling at your feet, while her body stands there for a second, and then finally collapses. And you rear back your foot and just punk, and her head just boom, 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 right into the raw sewage.
Yeah.
Well, just the
can
head,
there
not
just-
the body.
Yeah, just the head,
Can
but
there
I was
be-
using that as to show that it bounced on.
Oh, then
I have
Oak
a
is
quick
going
question.
to.
Okay, hold on. Oak, you still have movement left.
Okay, well, Oak is
Oh, yeah,
just
we
kind of
still
like.
have-
Oak is gonna turn around and face the last guy, and he's gonna be like, "I just chopped her goddamn head off. You want a piece of this? You want? Come on, man. Let's chop off your head. It's time for a play date." You just signed your death note.
All right.
This is this.
So that's what you're
Your
doing
time
for
to
your
die.
movement. Okay. So Galdur, it is your turn. Oh, I think you're muted.
I was
I
actually
am.
I was gonna ask really quick, can there just be a very distinct puking sound coming from Diana?
Absolutely.
Because she's never seen
you
a
are
severed
vomiting.
head before.
You have now. You have now. And
It's
Galdur,
the
you are
puking.
up.
I will instruct the tentacle to just drop Phineas off behind
Right.
Laura's guard, and
Which it does.
and then it would and then just to move as far as it can. No, this is. Oops, it can only move 30. It can swim 30.
All
And
right.
then
So where are you putting it?
this location. Whoops, I can't ping right now. That square.
Well, that's only 15 away for
Oh, true. Yeah, it can move. Yeah, move right next to that dude. Let's scare him.
All right.
And then for me, screw it. I'll chill touch him.
Okay. Go ahead and do it. Cast your spell.
Chill touch.
Okay. Well, that will definitely hit.
Wow.
And it is a crit. So,
So 15?
yeah. 15 damage. And he goes
Sorry.
down. So that was your action to cast that. And it's a bonus action for you to tell the tentacle to do something, right?
Let me double check. I think it falls under the same thing. You can issue a command. It does no action required by
Okay.
you.
Okay. So then you still have a bonus action left.
Yeah, I mean, I can barely see this person.
If you can see them, you can see them.
Yeah.
He is, however, 75 feet away from you.
Psh, that's nothing for Galdur. I'll make a jump across.
All 75 feet? Go for it. Nice.
Oh,
Okay, so
only
you
leap.
yeah. Well, what's your total movement that you can do?
40.
40. So you could jump across here, but you're at 35 movement according to your little path right there.
Yeah.
Which means 40 foot would put you square in there, so you'd have to stop right there.
I'm stopping definitely right there.
Okay. Well, make your athletics check to go across. Yep, no problem.
Bam. All right, and that's where I would end my turn.
Okay. So now this archer in the back looses 2 arrows. One of them slams into Oak.
I would cast Shield of Valor.
And I was gonna
There.
say I want to do prevent wounds.
Okay, so your Shield of Air adds how much?
Plus 5 AC?
Plus 5. So what is your current AC now, Oak?
21.
Okay. The arrow slams through the shield and into Oak.
Yeah, I tried, Oak. I tried.
Thank you for trying.
But I
Prevent
simply
wounds.
remove a whopping 3 damage.
Okay. So, Oak, you take 18 damage, reduced to 15 because of the prevent wounds, reduced to 7 because of your raging.
Boys, we're at 9 health.
Okay.
We would have gone down if none of those things had been contributed.
And a second arrow flies over towards Rhea.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Sorry.
I can save.
I don't have prevent. I don't have another one.
I can't cast Shield of Air again. No.
As an arrow slams into you for 18 damage.
Oh shit.
The archer
That tickles.
then
That tickles.
disappears
Hey,
around the
Oak,
corner.
I got some bad news. We both lose our
What?
next turn.
Why?
Sorry. Because I dropped haste. Haste is
How does that take away
concentration.
their turn?
Because, well, I can post what
Their
haste does.
their extra action is basically what she's
Oh, okay. I was like, why
when
do
the
they lose
spell
their whole
ends,
turn?
the target can't move or take actions
Oh,
until
that's right.
after its next turn.
saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's right.
Yeah, so me and Oak cannot take actions or move next turn.
Now, these two guys right here, this one sees Galdur coming his way and looses a crossbow bolt at him that goes way, way wide.
Huzzah.
This one tries to take a pot shot at Oak, who it's still the same round, so the Shield of Air is still up. However, your haste has dropped.
So 19 AC.
So it slams into you for 6 piercing, reduced to 3 because you're raging.
Thank God.
And you see both of these head across the bridge, and they are now behind the wall, so the only one who might be able to see them at this point is Galdur from his angle. He might be able to see one or two.
I can barely see.
Okay. And that is their turn.
Send
If you-
Kevin after them.
If you
Uh,
choose to pursue them, you may try to. If you don't, then I'm just going to end the combat at that point.
Melora's guard will just take a defensive stance.
Okay.
Dodge action. 'Cause
Jake-
there's no commands.
Okay. Jacob also he prepares a spell just in case. And well, you're gone. You're dead. So bye bye you. It is now Ray's turn.
Ray is gonna fall to the ground.
Okay.
Arrow hurt. I'm sorry, it's just gonna be screaming. Ah!
Quick question. Who has the least amount of health between the two of you?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can answer
I have
that right
6.
now. Oh,
Okay. How much do you have, Rhea?
Like, if
I got 20.
Okay. Then you're fine, but so I know what to do next turn.
All right. Which it is your turn. You are up.
Hook is
Diana.
very bloody, and he's going to be sporting some new scars soon. I'll need to redraw him again.
So I'm gonna run something by you because I am curious on if you'll allow it.
Okay.
Having seen Oak essentially in a form of speaking go down and see how badly injured he is, could Diana dash and use the True Love's Kiss in a panicked fashion rather than...
I don't know why you'd need to dash to do it, because you can use your movement to try to jump across it and get over there.
Because he's 50 feet away and I only have a movement
yeah.
speed of 30.
Well, unfortunately, unless you have the cunning action class ability, which is for rogues, you cannot dash as a bonus action. So it's only an action to do it in that case. So you could move to get, closer to Oak, and then on your next turn could do True Love's Kiss, or you could move and then dash to get right up to Oak, and then on your next turn do True Love's Kiss.
Sorry, I'm looking at everything for a second. I guess she'll just use this turn to get to Oak.
Okay, so go ahead and give an athletics check to see if you can jump across. And what is your strength, by the way?
11.
11. So you run and you just barely land on the edge there. I mean, your jump was perfect. It's just you almost didn't have enough strength to make it that distance. So like you landed with on the balls of your feet right on the edge.
That is fine because she can tuck forward.
And then you use the rest of your turn to move up right to Oak. All right.
Please help.
I'm trying. I just have to use True Love's Kiss on you.
And so, unless you want to use a bonus action, that'll be your turn. Yes, no?
I'm sorry, what? Was that to
Well,
me?
yes, you still have a bonus action. You don't have any regular actions left, but you still have a bonus action.
And you said well, so question. Because I didn't use a spell during my original action because I had dashed, can I use my bonus? I have 2 spells in my bonus action. Because I didn't actually cast a spell, can I use it now?
You can cast a bonus action spell, yes.
Okay, I want to give Oak Dragon's Breath.
Okay. Oak, you now have Dragon's Breath. And you're
Just in case we get hit again.
And you're casting it at...
For how long?
You're casting it at 2nd level or at 3rd level?
It's a 2nd level.
Right. So you're casting it at 2nd level, so that means basically... which... I assume you're choosing cold, because that's what you do. Yeah. Okay. So until the spell ends, which it is concentration up to 1 minute, Oak, you're going to be able to exhale a 15-foot cone of cold, and each creature in that area must make a dex saving throw or take 3d8 damage as of the chosen type on a failed save. On a failed save. Half as much unsuccessful. So there you go. So, you now have Dragon's Breath on you. And that is Diana's turn. It is now Oak's turn. Which, you unfortunately just came out of haste, so you basically drew
It is now Galdur's turn.
Yeah. So it is Galdur's turn.
Alright. I'm gonna just straight up run here. And I'll do a little jump for you if I can ever find athletics.
Yep, you make it. Barely, but you make it.
Alright, so I will chill touch the further one.
This one here?
That
Okay.
one, yeah.
Alright, go ahead and do it. Let's see if you have as much luck with it this time as you did last time. Not quite, no crit this time. But this guy definitely felt the effects there. He is not too happy.
Alright. This little dude will come right here.
Okay.
And then he will make an attack with disadvantage.
That guy can reach that far?
Oh no, he can move 1 more foot. Well, it's very confusing because it says enormous tentacle. It can reach anywhere in this room, but then I mean it's technically 35 feet, so that's the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is a hard corner that it's trying to reach around.
Yeah.
You know what? Go for it. It's fun.
Yeah. All right, so with disadvantage, because it is out of its blind sight reach, so it's just swinging wild.
That is not enough.
I'll be like, that is a warning shot. Warning swing?
So you move to use your action, still got a bonus action.
I will bonus action Shillelagh. That's all I really can do.
Okay. Is Shillelagh a cantrip?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Okay. So that is your turn.
can't even see this person. Oh god. Oh, hey, what's up?
Okay, so that's good. Alright, so. Oop, right there.
This is gonna hurt.
Okay, so. 2 arrows fly towards you. One of them embeds in your stomach for 10 piercing damage. The other one misses. And then
I only have so many
she
kisses,
is
guys.
she is gone around the corner. You cannot see
Fine.
her from where you're at now.
So I couldn't see her to begin with, to be honest.
And this guy here takes a desperate shot towards you. Again, he's got no freaking aim. He's just bad. And he misses and goes.
Away.
This guy takes a shot towards you and also misses and heads away.
I'm gonna chase you.
Can you still go after them? Because if we don't stop them, they're just gonna come after Phineas again.
Yeah. I'm gonna protect my dude.
Thank you,
My truest
And a
love.
dude.
That's
my dude.
75 feet away from me.
Alright, and Melora's guard's turn.
He's big chillin'. He's like, yeah, my master didn't give me no commands.
Okay. Jacob, again, he's just waiting to see if there's any enemies that come within sight. He actually brings Hrim out towards the center, kind of keeping an eye on Oak and Diana, as well as surveying the area. And now it is Rhea's turn.
Ray's gonna call out to Oak. Hey, Oak, you mind grabbing that dagger? The one with a little glowy?
And
Oak?
you doing anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna start walking, walking.
Okay. Go ahead and
Over.
move your movement then.
Yep. That's it.
Okay. Diana.
Diana's just gonna look at Oak and kind of grab his face and go, "I'm sorry in advance," and just kind of kiss Oak.
Okay.
Did it have to be on? Was it on the lips?
What? You did a weird robot thing.
On the mouth.
Huh?
Did Diana kiss him on the mouth?
Essentially
Because
what she did was she grabbed his jaw.
there.
Here's the thing. She essentially grabbed his jaw and squished his cheeks, and it was just a panic. That's the first thing she went for, because that's what she's used to.
Diana, roll a perception check. Okay. Very, very faintly, you hear Jacob's voice as he says, "God, I hate that spell."
But it's gonna be a third level spell slot
Yep.
for
True Love's Kiss. So
for
that,
a. I'm trying to see the numbers and it won't go away.
that should be 3d6 healing.
Plus my spell casting modifier, so +2.
No, your spellcasting modifier does not feed into it. Oh, yep, no, it does. I was not reading it right. So, yep, 3d6 plus 2. There you go. Oak.
And you get 13 hit points back.
That's one hell of a kiss.
I hated it. Every second of it.
I can learn that too.
Alright, so that is your action. You still have movement and a bonus action.
I can't think of anything else she'd do.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'll give Bardic Inspiration to Galdur.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So you have a d8 there, Galdur.
Finally. It's nice to have Bardic.
Alright. So, Oak, it is now your turn.
Okay. So the dipshits have run off this way, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're just gonna vomit up ice because after turning away from her.
Rhea, what are you on about? I don't understand.
The dagger. The
Yeah,
dagger's on the ground.
I asked you to grab my dagger.
Use your free action
What
to
are we-
grab it. It's right.
Okay,
It was
Oak,
in the
grab
body
it.
of the rogue.
Oh, okay, so it's
It's
somewhere
it's
It's
right
like
there
by
next
your
to you.
past
feet.
Galdur.
Yeah, it's right there
It
next
is,
to you.
Oh,
it is by your feet.
okay. I'm sorry. I haven't been paying attention. I got bored.
Wow.
This is my magic dagger. Don't you dare not take it. I don't want to get
Oak
sewage
will
on my
pick
desk.
up. Oak will pick up the dagger,
Okay.
and then um.
Okay, I have a question really quick. Did like Rhea or Phineas hear what Jacob said? Because they were close enough.
Phineas definitely would have. Rhea, roll a perception check if you.
Rhea was in pain.
Okay, so she,
Rhea got
so she
shot
didn't.
by an arrow, lost concentration on haste, and is not having a good time. She cares more about her dagger than whatever the fuck Jacob said.
So Phineas heard it, but Rhea didn't. All right, so Oak.
Okay. Oak is gonna jump over the sewage.
Okay,
Not even
So
a
athletics?
thank you.
athletics check.
He'll thank you later.
That'll do it.
Whee! And then he's gonna use both his action and his movement to run all the way over here.
Okay,
That's
so
80 feet. He can move
Okay.
40.
there you go. So that is your turn. Galdur, you are up.
All right, my friend.
And you have
That's a
that
squeaky-
inspiration.
I'm just gonna hop like this. Oh, hey, what's up? Oh,
Oh no.
Hello, friend.
howdy there.
What?
Roll your athletics check, unless you decided to
yeah,
use the
yeah,
bridge.
I really hope those barrels don't explode.
Okay, so Galdur, you were jumping over here, and you actually only made it this far because the back half of you ended up in the sewage.
Wait, is he a horse right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The back
I
half
wasn't
of
sure
you
if he
ended
turned
in
back.
the sewage because you misjudged how to jump that distance, and then you pulled yourself up, so it ate up 5 feet of your movement,
Oh.
and you now have sewage ass.
All right, and then fuck it. I'll just make this guy dash. All right, so yeah, he'll go right there.
Okay.
He's got 30 feet of movement and then 30 feet of swimming.
Okay.
Oh dear God, I can't see.
Ah.
All right, and then I guess for my action, should I wild? Something should I? I'll heal myself. Why not? Let me go ahead and burn a.
Why not heal Oak?
Yeah. So I'm not wasting a spell slot. You're gonna get a second level spell slot.
Wasting.
Yeah.
Wasting.
Forget how it is. I'm hurt too. Whoops! I almost gave you none. There, get 11. I pat you on the
Alright.
shoulder and say your wounds have been cured.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
So that is your turn, and at this point, it is their turn, and I am going to end the combat at this point because
Yeah, awesome.
they have escaped off of the map. If you choose to explore the map further, what you would find is that there is mooring down this way for a sewage river, and it looks to be a place where a couple boats can tie up. And there is one boat still there, and there are ropes on the ties where another boat could have been.
Hmm.
So you can, kind of thinking about it, and Jacob especially would be able to brainiac this out and say, "Yeah, I think they got away on a boat."
No, you guys watch this. My
Can I loot the
tentacle.
bodies?
My tentacle
Sure,
chased them down.
you can loot the bodies, and I will send you guys what stuff you find off of them.
Cool.
Outside of the game, I'll send it to you.
Kill. But
And
yeah,
after the cartoon peril is destroyed here, Phineas, you know, goes and finds where his uncle is, who is cowering near the entryway, and brings him back and comes to you guys and says,
Thank you guys so much. I you don't know the good you have done, but I think my uncle and I will have to be leaving the city, and possibly, I don't know, maybe finding someplace not so populated. But
Diana, hearing him talking, wants to step towards him, and
Yeah, Oak will
she's
go
gonna
over there
think about
too.
it for a second, and she's gonna tell him, by the end of this, I'm hoping to have my throne back if you want to head towards the Northern Kingdom.
or my dear friend Phineas, you can board my ship, and I will assure you passage to my lands.
you
I'd
guys
say
are,
you could find my family somewhere, but if you tell them that I sent you, they'd kill you.
Oh.
oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, they hate me.
God.
I
Well, we do know Father Dimspoon. He'd probably be willing to
Oh
help.
yeah, but the path is in Asteron as well.
True. I mean,
yeah,
if
I'd
it's
rather
17
avoid big
cut,
cities, but
yeah,
you
you
know,
can take my boat and just whoop around.
you
I have a map.
you guys are good friends. Thank you.
and he reaches into a pocket and he pulls out this little rock and he hands it to Diana.
God damn
He says,
Um, I'm gonna disappear for a while. I think I'm gonna take up your offer there, Galdur, and do a little sailing.
it. Oh, yeah.
But if you need me, use that.
Uh,
and that is where we're going to end tonight's session. I want to say thank you to you guys, and everyone gets a DM inspiration tonight for
I'm
all,
up to
all of you.
7!
All of you. That was some really awesome, fun stuff you guys did. So you all get an inspiration for that. For those of you in chat who are listening, I do DM inspiration a little differently. Instead of hey, you get a D6 to spend whenever, they actually bank inspiration points, and I have a chart that you can save up these inspiration points and then spend them on the chart to get cool things like, from all the way down to learn a new language, to pick up a new proficiency in a skill, to even pick up a feat, okay, and things like that. So you're not going to get a lot of cool things, but over the course of the campaign, eventually here, they're at the point where someone might actually be able to buy something with one of those inspiration points. So, want to thank everyone for watching. Let you know that we appreciate it. If you enjoy what's going on this channel with our streams, please show us your support by giving a follow, or you can be active in chat, or sending cheer bits or subscribing even. Any of those things are awesome. But just being here with us, that alone is cool, and we appreciate it more than you know. Also, if you missed this episode or you want to see previous episodes, you can go to our YouTube channel and check them out. Our past episodes are there. And here's the link to the YouTube if you want to go and take a look there. And once again, you can hit like and subscribe on YouTube to show support. We also have the Tailspire tips and tricks videos I put up there for those of you who want to take a look at those. And we hope that we see you next week for our very special episode where we will have a special guest and we will be playing in Tailspire, so it's going to be pretty neat. So don't miss out. Bye, everyone.
Oh my god, did Diana